Good evening and welcome back to the Richland Football Network, here for Week 6's action. Let's get right to it. Your 5-0 Rams take on the 0-5 Greater Johnstown Trojans for tonight's matchup. Let's take a look at some of the final scores for last week's conference matchups. The previously undefeated Chestnut Ridge Lions fall to Central Martinsburg 14-39. Bedford shuts out Central Cambria 21-0. Westmont Hilltop falls to Penn Cambria 48-23, and Forest Hills shuts out Bishop McCourt for their first win of the season. Let's take a look at tonight's opponent. Greater Johnstown has yet to find their rhythm with a 0-5 start to this year's season. Last Friday, the Trojans were shut out by Bishop Guilfoyle 58-0. Tonight, Johnstown is trying to make up for their rough start to the first half of the season by getting their first win. Next Friday, the Rams will face off against Bedford at home at a 7 p.m. kickoff. Now let's take a glance at last week's win over Somerset.
Quarterback Sam Penna went 16 for 22 on the night with 240 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. He also rushed 4 times and picked up 46 yards on his feet. Back from his injury, Ryan McGowan wasted no time and had 6 receptions for 91 yards in his first receiving touchdown of the year. Jude McGurwa also had his first touchdown of the year on a 24-yard grab. Penna connected with a wide array of receivers with Evan McCracken, Ethan Box, Austin Yarnick, and Luke Vitale all getting in on the action. McCracken had 5 carries for 58 yards to complement his receiving touchdown early in the game, and Jordan Nichols had 3 rushes for 45 yards and also punched it in at the goal line twice for 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Hayden Lucas carried the ball for the first time and had 4 rushes for 10 yards. Noah Ritko went 7 for 7 kicking PATs after each touchdown, and Cody Yeager caught a 2-point conversion. On the defensive side of the ball, it seemed almost everybody was in on the action, with 22 different players getting at least 1 tackle. Leading the charge was Zach Hancock with 8 tackles and 1 for loss, Jordan Nichols with 5 tackles, 4 for loss, freshman Brody Hollis with 5 tackles, 1 for loss. Brock Batchy also had a sack on the night, and Sam Penna had an interception. On punt return, Penna received it twice for a total of 66 returning yards and a returning touchdown in the first quarter. Final score 57-25. Richland Rams take the win on the road. Now let's take a closer look at the highlights from last Friday.
Who would I not let date my... Oh, God.
I would definitely not let Zach Hancock date my sister.
Zach Hancock.
Oh, easily Zach. Zach, bro, Zach.
Hancock. Zach Hancock.
I have to go with Carson Reckner.
Evan or Zach Hancock, it's a tie.
Ryan McGowan.
Zach Hancock and Ryan McGowan.
Zach Hancock. Easily.
Easily, Zach. Easily.
I would not let Zachary Hancock date my sister.
Zach Hancock.
Vitale.
Zach Hancock.
Zach Hancock and Luke Vitale.
Zach Hancock.
Zach Hancock. Caden Patterson. Sorry.
Caden Patterson or Drew Jones?
Finney Bradley.
Frank Woy.
Frank Woy.
I think either Caden Patterson or Joe McEnany.
I changed my answer to Caden Patterson.
Frank Woy.
Frank.
I'm going to have to go with Frank Roy, Patterson, Jordan, Joe McEnany,
Jordan. Who's next? Isaac. Rowan. Landon can't. I'm fine with him. Drew can't.
Caden Patterson and Jordan.
Outfield Jones.
Obviously, Caden Patterson and Zach Hancock. Never could let them.
Carson Reckner or Ethan Janidlo?
Carson Reckner.
Austin Blau.
Hancock or Caden Patterson?
All right, now the question is, who on the team would you least like to date your sister? And almost everybody has said you.
Zach Hancock.
What do you have to say to that?
Almost everybody said me. I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. I feel like I'm a great guy, and I'm as nice as they come. Stop laughing at that. I'm a great guy.
So who would you pick?
Who would I pick? Probably Frank Woy.
And who would you let date your sister?
Who would I let? Samuel Penna. Such a great guy.
All right, good answer, good answer.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Where's it go?
I'm Stone Mangus, this is Coach Bailey, and this is the 2-minute drill. What are you looking for from your team on Friday?
Looking for a total team effort coming out with a win.
This week marks the start of the second half of the season. How do you focus the guys in for the home stretch of the year?
Yeah, I mean, fortunately came out and had a 5-0 start for the first half and play some quality opponents in the second half. So I don't think it'll be real hard to get them focused.
If you'd use one word to describe this year's so far, what word would you use?
Resilient.
After blowing out a team on the road like last week's game, what kind of confidence does that build for the team?
I think it's helpful, and I think the main thing last week is getting a lot of different guys playing time and having meaningful snaps played by a lot of different people.
Is that important to have younger guys get into games like that?
Yeah, I think it's something that you see with quality programs and that win year after year is that they're able to get big leads and get their younger guys quality reps.
Are there any younger guys that you're really excited for in the coming years?
Oh, lots of them. I mean, our JVs had a big win on Monday, and it was good to see a lot of those guys have a great effort on Monday and continue to have good practices. And excited for a lot of different guys. So really don't have one that's standing out at this point.
Which of the 5 remaining games in the regular season are you most looking forward to?
So I'm going to give you coach speak. So we're looking at all of them, and Johnstown's the next one. So certainly, you have to look at Bedford. They've beaten us the last 2 years. That's kind of frustrating. So we certainly have that one circled in our calendars.
A lot of vengeance going into that game.
We just got to get a win.
Of course. Are there any guys in the junior high organization that you're excited to be on your squad next year?
Yeah, same thing. There's a lot of them. I mean, I follow our junior high program closely and watch the games and check them out on Huddle when I get a chance to. So it seems like they have a lot of good things going on, and I know the coaches are coaching them up hard. So hopefully they can continue to have success as well.
Very fortunate to have a lot of young guys on the team that are going to show a lot of potential. And it looks like we're out of time. I'm Stone Mangus, this was Coach Bailey, and that was the 2-minute drill.
Hi, I'm James Vitale, and I play for the 7th grade Richland junior high football team. And now here's a word from our sponsors. Go Rams!
Precious Metals and Diamonds Company, Chan Jung Shang Medical Center, Cardellino Eye Care, FWF Insurance Agency, Pinnacle Chiropractic, Rizzo's, EcoSafe Sanitizing, Sporting Goods Discounters, Johnstown Construction, Flair of Country Catering, Dean Jordan Tire and Service, FX Screen Printing and Embroidery, The Fifth, Laurel Auto Group, RPM Signs, Senator Wayne Langerholk, Advantage Auto, Mihalco's, Ed DiMartino DDS, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Nikos, First Team Advertising, Winber Care, Bob Heffelfinger, Best Window and Door Company, First Summit Bank, Ponchain Financial, Advanced Office Systems, DB Homes, Beauty Lawn, Memorial Chevrolet, Tap 814, Asiagos, Market Basket, Ashbro Decorative Landscaping and Curbing, Vantage Physical Therapy, Roof Rejov, and Ideal Market. Again, thank you to our 2022 Richland football sponsors. This production could not be done without you all.
How we doing, Ed?
All right, we're coming on the air in a second.
All right.
All right, hey, welcome to Trojan Stadium here in lovely, scenic Johnstown. The 5-0 Richland Rams are going to take on the 0-5 Johnstown Trojans on a beautiful night for football. Johnstown Trojan band just entering the stadium. And Freddie, unfortunately, the glory days of the Trojans are not with us any longer, and Richland really should have the better of the play tonight. I mean, let's face it, we can't sugarcoat it. It is what it is, and Richland's going to come in here with a good, obviously a great chance for a W.
Yeah, we should, but once again, it's a game. Trojans are going to come out fighting. They're 0-5 on the season. They've lost to Penn Cambria, Chestnut Ridge, Central Cambria, Bishop McCourt, Bishop Guilfoyle, and in fact, they're in their last three seasons they haven't won a game. They're 0-24, but again, you can't come in here and take these guys lightly because crazy things have happened. Now, we know our Rams are pretty tough. We know they're ranked number 1 by Max Preps in the PIAA state rankings for the 3rd week in a row. And we are 5-0. We defeated Forest Hills, Central, McCourt Carroll, Westmont Hilltop, and Somerset. We were averaging about 347.6 yards a game on offense, and we've kind of done that with a patched-up backfield the last couple of weeks, Ed.
Yeah, had some injuries, and we rely heavily on Evan McCracken, but we've had a big dose of Jordan Nichols now, which I think they had to do. We talked about that last week. Jordan Nichols had a nice game last week at Somerset, and Jim Penna with us tonight instead of PJ McGowan. PJ hunting out the big game today out in New Mexico. So welcome to Mr. Penna.
I guess we're on the sidelines today. You get a JP instead of a PJ. He's hunting? I thought it was like some sort of shopping spree he does in New York this time of year. He's not looking for bargains. The Trojan band's taking the field here tonight, and as you've already noted, sparse crowd on the home side of this contest. So it'll be up to the Ram to supply some energy, I think.
Speaking of the Rams offensively, we have Sam Penna, son of Jim. He was right next close to the action tonight, leading the way with 886 yards passing. Rushing, our leading rusher this year has been Evan McCracken. He's quite a speedster, and he could have a very big night tonight. We're going to have our national anthem here, Ed, so we might want to step aside just for a couple minutes here while they're playing the national anthem.
All right, we will do that. We'll step away just for a second. You are listening to the Richland Rams Football Network.
Okay, guys, we're back, and we were just talking about the Richland offense when the Trojan band sounded very well, very nice playing the national anthem. We had been talking about our offense led by Sam Penna and Evan McCracken, who's been the speedster all year, and if he gets any room at all to run tonight, he should have a very big night. Receiving, we have some new names here. Austin Yarnick now has 13 receptions on the year, 222 yards. Ryan McGowan has 10 receptions for 126 yards. So they're both youngsters, and they're going to be relied upon tonight. Coach Penna throwing the ball all over the field, we think. So it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. Again, we can't take these guys lightly. We can't look ahead. I believe we have a big game next week with Bedford, and we can't take them lightly, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. Bedford, that's going to be the big game. Richland's lost the last 2 meetings with Bedford. You got a lot of vengeance in that game. So
right. Well, we're looking forward to it, that's for sure. And we have, in fact, after Bedford, we're playing Penn Cambria. So we have two big, tough games coming up, and we can't really look ahead and look forward to those games. We have to take care of business tonight because the Trojans are going to come out. It's a new beginning for them. It's a new game. It's a new week. And let's try to pick up a W tonight and go from there.
Well, I think Antoine Reed took over this program. Antoine obviously played in the NFL, so Antoine taking over a Johnstown program, and it's a shame how far they've fallen. Stone Manx and I were just talking about that, but they're going to come out hard. But let's face it, Coach Bailey's going to want to put the throttle down tonight. Freddie, put us one away early, rest his starters, because next week Bedford comes in for our homecoming. Which is a game maybe you don't want for your homecoming, but Bedford coming into Richland next week, followed by
Penn Cambria.
So, and those two teams playing tonight up at Penn Cambria tonight. So big clash in the Laurel Highlands tonight between Bedford and Penn Cambria.
In fact, we have Bedford, Penn Cambria, and then Chestnut Ridge.
Yep.
And finishing up the season against the Red Devils of Central Cambria.
The good thing for you is we're at home. You got really spooked by that big devil in the middle of the field at Central Cambria. So you won't have to go through that the last game of the season this year, which is good.
I'm not a fan. It's a beautiful facility, and I'm certainly not criticizing the facility. I just don't like looking at the devil guy. It gives me the creeps. We have the big Trojan on the field here tonight. Again, we have a little bit of a light show going on from the Trojan Stadium as the Trojans come on the field in their light blue. What color of blue is that? Sky blue? What do you call it?
We would call it a Tar Heel blue.
Tar Heel blue.
Like the Carolina, it's like the Carolina blue. So very, 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 very nice uniforms. They do like that, all dressed in the blue pants, blue shirts, black helmets. The Richland Rams all in big white tonight, which we love that look, Freddie. All the all white uniforms by the Rams.
That's my favorite uniform.
Yep.
When I coached, I couldn't wait. Coach Bailey always announces on Thursday practice what we're wearing the next game, and when he said white on white, that used to make me happy. I think that's a sharp. I like the Redskins look good when they come out white on white.
A lot of teams are going to the white on white. I watched a little bit of the game last night between the Bengals and the Miami Dolphins, and the Bengals had the all white uniforms with the funky helmets now with the different tiger print on their helmets. Pretty cool.
I did say Redskins too, didn't I? Washington.
You did.
Redskins.
Yeah.
What I don't even know what they are. Commanders.
They're the Commanders now.
Yeah. Well,
it's hard to get off of that. Yeah.
I'll never get used to that.
Sort of like the Cleveland Indians and now the Cleveland Guardians in baseball. It's always very odd to get used to as well.
Well, we're getting ready. Richland has not yet come on the field, so
they're walking out now. I see Coach Bailey bringing his team out.
And there's certainly who's carrying the flag. How do they decide who carries the flag? Yet you're familiar with that, aren't you?
It's decided. It's a very, very, very big honor. They have the pancake flag for obviously who has the most pancakes the week before, the American flag, and then the Richland Ram flag.
Speaking of pancakes, made me think of not breakfast now. I know you were going to say breakfast. Not breakfast makes me think of Eber Verhosik, the line coach at Richland for a number of years, who now came back to his alma mater to help Antoine Reed out with this program, trying to get him back on the right track. We certainly miss him at Richland, that's for sure. And I'm sure he's doing a good job down there at Johnstown, trying to get the alignment together and get some schemes worked out and some play. He's a good player in high school. He was a Trojan, and he feels like it was his duty to come back and help the program, and that's very admirable. Graduate of the Air Force, not the Air Force Academy, the Naval Academy.
Right.
So he was a player as well.
All right, here come the Rams onto the field. We're being led by Zach Hancock with the American flag. With the pancake flag, trying to catch a number now as he passes. That is number. Still can't catch the number. The flag is covering his back. Number 54 for the Rams with the Landon Myers with the Richland Ram flag. It was number 75 as Carson Reckner with the pancake flag.
We finished last week's game with a lot of those young guys playing the whole second half. Basically, it did turn into a JV game in the second half. And Somerset was very appreciative that we sat our guys down. They didn't realize we had a bunch of them hurt. They thought we were just being nice. We are nice though, aren't we?
We are a very nice team. I see some unfortunately Brock Batchy back out of uniform tonight. Graydon Lewis on the crutches who had ACL surgery. And number 44, Luke Feitel, not going to be in this game as well. So big losses for the Rams going forward. But as I always say, next man up, and we have a lot of sophomores playing, and they've acquitted themselves very, very well. Number 24, Cody Yeager, doing a nice job. Austin Yarnick, number 13, doing a nice job at wide receiver. So those guys doing a nice job stepping in.
How about Sam? Is he all right tonight, Sam Penna? How about Sam?
Joe, you mean?
Joe, I meant Joe.
All right, welcome, Jim. Conditions on the field seems like a really pretty night. Maybe a little chilly, but a really nice night with not a whole lot of wind, Jim.
I think it's one of those nights where if you're in the stands you might feel a little chilly, but if you're a player, it's perfect. Cool enough, warm enough that you get a good sweat going while you're playing. Cool enough that you're not overheating. Hopefully this will avoid some of the cramping problems we had earlier in the year. And so from a weather perspective, it's a night tonight. I think Mom and Dad might get a little chilly in the aluminum stands before this is over, but right now if you're a player, it's a good night to be out here.
All right, do we know anything on the coin toss?
No, the referees were tied up with the chain crew. The chains were tied in knots. For a while, it looked like first downs were only going to have to be 8 yards long, but they got that straightened out. So I don't know what's going on with that. They were a little too busy to talk on that. So I don't want to go over there now by the coaches since they're in the sideline. So I guess we'll know that soon enough. I do think it's interesting, by the way, when the Trojans took the field, as football players do, they run through a banner. The Trojan banner says, under construction, building championships. And I think that's a really positive message for what Johnstown's trying to do right now. I think they kind of recognize as a program that kind of bottomed out, and they've got some goals, and they've got some athletes that can do things, but the attitude tonight for them is to come here and show, one of the best teams in the Lower Highlands Conference that they're working towards something. So certainly not a team to be taken for granted despite their record at this point. The attitude seems to be right on both sidelines tonight.
Yeah, it sounds exactly kind of what you were talking about, Freddie. The exact same thing as Jim said, trying to build something here in Johnstown, adding Eber Vahosik, Antoine Reed, trying to get this program back on track. Problem is maybe just kids don't want to play football anymore sometimes as well, and Johnstown's going to have to find a way to get those athletes to start playing football once again.
Well, when the biggest game of the weekend around here, I think, is going to be Penn Cambria and Bedford.
Yep.
And that's the big game. And, when I used to officiate, we had a referee that we worked for week in and week out, and he used to always tell us before the game, what's the biggest game of the weekend tonight?
Yeah.
And, we didn't answer Penn Cambria and Bedford, even though it is. We answered the biggest game of the weekend tonight is the one we're officiating right here, Johnstown and Richland.
Yep.
So in these kids' minds, this is the biggest game going on in the area tonight. It's not Penn Cambria and Bedford, it's Johnstown and Richland. So as Jim said, you can't take it lightly. Anything can happen. Stranger things have happened.
So this is going to be one of those nights, Freddie. We're going to have TV timeouts. It is obviously the Friday night lights game tonight. So there is going to be some TV timeouts. So this game is going to take maybe a little bit longer than normal. That's why we're not kicking off right at 7 o'clock for TV purposes. Looks like the captains for the Rams are going to be number 5, Sam Penna, number 3. That is Jordan Nichols. Number 77 is Zach Hancock. Number 53, Declan Piscatella.
We really like to watch. The
white uniforms.
No. The running back from last week. My mind just went south on me here.
Jordan Nichols.
We really like to watch him play, don't we?
Jordan's. He's a gamer. Let's put it that way.
He's one of those guys that really, you can tell he loves to play football. He has a good time on the field, and that's what it's all about. Playing hard, playing fast, and enjoying what you're doing. And he certainly does. He was a good addition to our program a couple years ago.
Yeah, glad to have him. Last year, I think he had 12 sacks on the year. This year, I think he probably already has more than that already, as he is just fearsome on defense. And now with the loss of Graydon Lewis for the year, needs somebody to step in, and Jordan Nichols has answered that call for sure. And I said, UPJ and I talked about that last week before the game, saying we'd like to see Jordan Nichols get a little more involved in the offense. And guess what happened? I think he had 3 touchdowns last week at Somerset.
Big game for him, and he deserves it. And, he's the kind of running back that Lewis was also. He can run with speed, but he can also run with power. McCracken is more of a speedster type guy, finishing 4th in the States, paid up away 100-meter dash. He's the speedster. If you give him a couple inches, he's going to be gone. And Lewis and that type of a runner, where you have a guy that can be a lead back blocker as well. And he can run or he can block, and he's just a powerful but quick runner.
So thanks to Stone Mangus, who's not only our producer but also now our statistician, printed out these really nice sheets. So last week, Jordan Nichols had 6 carries for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground, and I believe he had 1 reception last week for a touchdown as well.
I used to make up my own notes for these games, which you have to do. You can't just show up here cold. But Stone's are so much nicer than mine, and so much more complete that I'm never going to have to do it again ever. So
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, we want to thank.
We kept asking for a statistician. No one stepped forward. Did you bring a pencil, Stone? Okay, that was one requirement to be a statistician. You had to have a pencil, your own pencil.
We want to thank our students. Obviously, Stone Mangus. We wanted to thank Sophia Mihai and Lanigan McCulty, who have done a great job. We had actually a big technical issue here tonight with the soundboard, and through ingenuity, figured it out and were able to get on tonight. Otherwise, we would not be on right now if not for them. So I want to give a big shout out to them and Tom Feitel for coming up and
don't forget about Tommy
giving out a big hand. Yeah,
right. It all looks like spaghetti to me with these wires running everywhere.
No, that's why I have a day job and I don't do this for a living because
we really do appreciate our student help though. I mean, they're not helping. They're telling us what to do, which I enjoy as well.
Yeah, they just kind of direct us, and we just do what they tell us to do. Keep us in line.
That's right. Well, somebody has to.
So once again, we lucked out weather-wise, Freddie. We've had pretty much every week besides week 1 with the with the lightning delays. We've had beautiful weather for football, and just another gorgeous night here in Johnstown.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it because I don't want to jinx the rest of the year, but it's been beautiful. We have a nice sunset going off on the horizon, and the mountains all around us. Great football atmosphere. Great tradition. When I was going to the men's room before the game, they have a whole line of placards over there commemorating their greatest players, and I was reading some of those names, and they've had some tremendous athletes play at Trojan Stadium and at the Point Stadium before they moved to Trojan Stadium. So it's really a really great place to play football. A lot of tradition.
All right, so Johnstown will be kicking away. I'm going to imagine that maybe Johnstown, actually Richland may have won a toss and elected the football. I'll go to Jim in a minute. We have to call him on the phone. That's kind of the technical difficulties we're having tonight. Looks like Ethan Nowak on to kick it away. It will be Cody Yeager who picks it up right around the 5-yard line, cuts around the 20, up around the 30-yard line before he's brought down. It's a good return by one of the people we talked, sophomore Cody Yeager. A nice return.
Coach Bailey, we were talking during the weekend. The Somerset game last week, he said at the end of the game he only had 1 healthy running back. So they've got a lot of experiences last week and hopefully this week as well.
Yeah, Evan McCracken going to shoulder the load. And again, this is one of those games you sort of want to put this one away early. Evan McCracken didn't play most of the Somerset game. Didn't have to, and you want to certainly give him a break, and Richland will be looking to do that tonight. They'll come out in a pistol formation here with Sam Penna in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right. It will be Evan McCracken who goes up the middle. Evan McCracken spun around as he pushes his way towards the 35-yard line and will come up just a bit short to about the 34.
Nice aggressive defense by the Trojans. A lot of guys in on the tackle, hustling to the ball. So that's a good sign for them if you're a Trojan fan. They're hustling. They're not going to lay down. We said that early.
Just underway here from Trojan Stadium. 11:27 remaining here in the first quarter. And there's the freeze play. They catch Johnstown jumping, a very eager defense. Obviously, they're going to want to, like you said, they're going to be very aggressive. And they jump off sides on a 2nd and 8.
What a great call by Coach Bailey. Now it's 2nd and short. They can go for the bomb if they want to. And they still have a couple downs to pick up the first down. So it was a good move on Coach Bailey's part. He's been around 20 years. That's hard to believe.
Good to see Ethan Box back in. I think he was dealing with a couple injuries. He is back in, the receiver to the far left of the field here. Sam Penna, 2nd down and 3 from the Richland 38-yard line. McCracken will be to the left of Penna. Penna will fake the handout, keep it himself as he gets over the 40-yard line, over the 45-yard line. They might spot him short of the 45.
That's a good play they like to run. They fake the ball to McCracken, and then Sam keeps the ball and follows him through the hole and picks up usually some pretty good yardage. So
yeah,
start focusing on McCracken all the time, then Penna has the ball.
So Richland takes this one to the 43-yard line. 10:41 and counting here in the first quarter. No score. First possession of the ball game. Richland with the ball. Penna back in the gun. Penna hands off to McCracken, goes off a left tackle. Spins, gets close to midfield. They'll give him midfield. So nice 7-yard pickup on first down.
That's what you want, second and short. Gives you a lot of options on that second down, that's for sure.
Jordan Nichols now will check in the game and go into the backfield with McCracken as Ethan Box will check out.
Now this is a perfect place for Jordan to be a blocking back for McCracken. And don't be surprised if that's not what happens.
And keep an eye on Ryan McGowan, split out far right. All right, it'll be a handoff. This is McCracken. McCracken, nice play there made by the Trojans. Number 4, that is Jacob Vukovic, who shot in, able to bring down McCracken for a loss. And McCracken looks like he is banged and shook up a little bit. And that's what Richland can ill afford right there.
That was a nice defensive play. You know, he held on the edge. He didn't let him have the corner. Made a nice play. Very nice play.
McCracken may have just got the wind knocked out of him. He was drugged down pretty hard. Nice tackle made by Vukovic. 3rd down and 9 now. It'll be Easton Robertson, who is now the running back. Will go to the left of Penna. Penna going to roll out to his left. Penna throws, has a man. I believe that is Magera. So Magera will pick up a first down. So Jude Magera with a nice catch.
I've noticed over the year here that we've been covering these games that Coach Bailey likes to roll out to the left a lot, more so than the right. And that's tough for a quarterback, rolling left and throwing with the right hand. So he does a really good job at that. That's Penna does a great job on that.
Magera was wide open, and Penna able to find him. So 20-yard pickup for Jude Magera. First down, Richland into Johnstown territory. This is going to be Austin Yarnick on a little pass out to the right. Yarnick goes over the 30-yard line. Let's get a hold of Jim Penna and get his thoughts so far as we go. I got to give him a call. So a little bit different tonight. We had some technical difficulties, so I got to call Jim on his cell so he can hear us okay.
Incomplete pass for the Rams, I believe.
Yeah, this is just my...
we got Jim now. Do we have him?
I'm trying to get him right now. It just won't kind of let me call him right now for some reason.
Maybe he's talking to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He probably thinks we forgot about him.
I don't want to do that. Definitely not forgot about Jim. 2nd down and 10. Richland at the Trojan 26-yard line. First drive of the game down to 8:38 in the first quarter. McCracken back in. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, so he's right back in. And it'll be a handoff to McCracken. And he'll be brought down right about the 20-yard line, maybe the 21-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup.
So we've got the big 3rd down. Right on the ball. Quick no huddle. They had a quick snap on that. They got right up off the ball, ran right over and set up.
Evan's back in the game. He had the wind knocked out of him in that tackle. It kind of got face slammed into the ground. So by the time we've talked, he's back in there. So.
Yeah, so we thought. So this is McCracken again, goes off the right side. It takes a big hit as he gets over the 15-yard line. So Johnstown's hitting pretty good out there, Jim.
They're aggressive.
Well, I tell you that the Ram line is winning the fire off the line, but they're not able to hold it real long. There's some good speed, there's some strength in the Johnstown front line. Richland's been able to get 3 or 4 and cracking down those first downs, plus the one big completion. So they're close enough now. Obviously, it's.
All right, it's first down and 10 for the Rams. Penna going to throw a little screen pass. He's got McCracken. McCracken makes a cut over the 10-yard line, gets down to about the 5-yard line before he's brought down. So nice screen play run by the Rams.
Penna to McCracken. Tackled by Elite Tyson.
Richland runs that screen very well. They run it earlier in the year a couple times. They do a very good job of it. There's McCracken again.
And McCracken goes off the right side, and McCracken will walk into the end zone for a Richland Ram touchdown. So it's 7:14 on the clock in the first quarter. It is Evan McCracken who goes in for a touchdown.
Nice run. He started to the left, broke back to the right. Speed again. Once again, it was all speed. So speed is definitely dominating in this game.
All right, Noah Ritko on to kick away the extra point. He has been perfect since his opening miss first game of the year, and has been just true. And he made a 32-yard field goal as well. And the snap maybe got a little mishandled. Penna going to throw this into the end zone. Will fall incomplete, so maybe a little problem on the snap.
I was just going to comment on the importance of a snap and a hold, but there it is. It's pretty obvious right now.
Yeah, I think it might have been a low snap and kind of skidded on Penna, couldn't pick it up, rolled out to his right and just threw it incomplete into the end zone. So Richland leads here 6-0. We'll get a look at the Trojan offense shortly.
How about our sponsor sheet there? We haven't done that yet, have we?
Well, we haven't had a break, man. We have 34 sponsors, so it's not something we can read off in about 2 seconds.
I'm not trying to rush you now. I'm
yeah,
just saying,
I think
we
we
don't
may
want to forget about them.
I think we may have a timeout here now for TV purposes.
There we go.
So while we have a chance, we'll go ahead and run them down. We want to thank First Summit Bank, Best Window, Jansoon Chong Medical Center, Ponchione Financial Group, Advanced Office Systems, Cardolino Eye Care, FWF and Erie Insurance Provider, Pinnacle Chiropractic Spine and Sports, Nico's Restaurant, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, Dean Jordan Goodyear Tires, Johnstown Construction, Sporting Goods Discounters, Flair of Country Catering, The Fifth Bar and Grill, DB Homes, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Laura Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Beauty Lawn, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Mahalco's General Contracting, Inc., State Senator Wayne Langerholtz, Memorial Chevrolet, RPM Signs, Advantage Auto Service, Ashbro Landscape Curbing, Roof Rejuve, Vantage Physical Therapy, Asiago's Restaurant, Tap 814 Bar and Grill, Market Basket Grocery Store, and First Team Advertising. Thank you to one and all, and I want to give a big shout out to Rick Hall, who was with the Friday Night Rivals. If it wasn't for Rick Hall, I don't think I'd be doing this. So big shout out to Rick. Got me involved in all this stuff years ago with the Tomahawk. So thanks to Rick Hall.
Thanks a lot, Rick. Oh, he can't.
No, he can't. He's on the air right now. I will see Rick tomorrow. If you're looking for something to do in Johnstown tomorrow, the Tomahawks have their first game of the year.
Yeah, who do we open with tomorrow night?
They open up with the Philadelphia Rebels. They used to be the Jamestown Rebels, now the Philadelphia Rebels.
What do you do down there, Ed?
I'm the public address announcer there, so you'll hear my voice all throughout the game. So Evan McCracken on the first drive had 19 yards. On 7 carries and a touchdown. Sam Penna had 3 completed passes for 41 yards. So good opening drive for the Rams. And Austin Yarnick on to kick it away. Kick is up. Kick we picked up just shy of the 30-yard line. Nice play there made by number 11. That is Gerald Vini Jr. One of the up men picked that up at the 29-yard line and just fell on a great little catch by Vini.
Coach Hobbs on the special teams is using that kickoff that I like so much, where he kicks it toward the sideline, tries to find a spot where there's an empty spot and put the ball right there. Sometimes that young man doesn't see the ball too many times, so he gets confused. So it's a good thing. It's a good special teams play.
All right, our first look at the Trojan offense. They'll go into the gun. And I believe that's number 4. As the quarterback, Teisinger, will hand this off.
Nice run.
And gets over about the 35-yard line to about the 36. So nice gain on first down.
About a 7-yard gain.
Anthony Atwood, your quarterback.
Johnstown has a lot of speed, I'm sure. They've always been noted for their speed. And, the line looks like they're going to be they're firing off the ball pretty well right now as well.
2nd and 3. It'll be a little pitch out to the right side. And a good pursuit by the Rams. Bring him down for a short gain. Maybe shy of the sticks. I think that was number 6. I think Evan McCracken brought him down. Malik Teisinger on the carry.
That's a great job of controlling the edge. We talked about that when Richland had the ball, controlling the edge. You don't want to give, especially somebody like that has this amount of speed that these kids have, you don't want to let them have the edge because they can pick up a lot of yardage down the sideline. So nice job by Evan McCracken.
3rd down and 1 upcoming for the Trojans. They are at their own 38-yard line. This is their opening drive of the game. Richland scored on their first possession, 6-0 your score here, and it'll be kept. And Atwood will take this for enough for a first down, hit out of bounds by number 10, Ryan McGowan, but not before he picks up enough yardage for the first down. So good opening drive so far by the Trojans.
Took a little page from the Richland playbook. faking to the one back, and then the quarterback keeping the ball going the opposite way. So it's a good play. It's effective when you start focusing on that for one back, and suddenly the quarterback has the ball. It's a good deceptive play.
All right, 1st and 10 from the Trojan 42-yard line. They'll stay in the gun. Atwood will pitch this to Teisinger on the right. Teisinger turns the corner, brought out of bounds right about the, let's see where they spot this, Freddie. He might be short of the 45-yard line. So a short gain.
He once again controlling the edge.
All right, Penn Cambria puts up the first score of the game. It is 7-0 Penn Cambria over Bedford.
I see where you're getting all that information.
Yeah, Stone has a little screen. I mean, we don't do any hand signs tonight or trying to read lips. He has a nice little screen for me. I could just look over. He taps me. I look at the screen, and I got it.
He's going to want to raise.
This is great. I know.
He's going to want to raise. I'm telling you.
We're going to have 2 Emmy Award winners. We already have P.J. McGowan, the Emmy Award winner. Now we're going to have Stone Mangus as an Emmy Award winner as well.
As a producer. He's going to want to raise. He's going to demand something, I'm telling you.
2nd and 9 for the Trojans. Atwood will hand us off. This is Teisinger again. Teisinger gets over the 45-yard line and then brought down by about 3 Ram players led by Brody Hollis and Cody Yeager.
Pretty tough run. He's a powerful runner, isn't he?
He's tall. Very tall runner, it seems. He's listed at 5'9", 150.
Not real big, but tough.
Everybody looks tall to me. I should put that with a little grain of salt. So he picks up 4 yards, 3rd and 5 now for the Trojans. Atwood, a handoff to Teisinger, tries the right side, turns it back in. We'll get to about midfield. It will be short of the first down.
I think you got to go for it, Ed.
I would agree, Coach. I mean, you're 0-5. You got a good drive going. You need about maybe a yard or so for a first down. Maybe they'll call it a short 2. So 4th and a short 2 coming up for the Trojans.
You've got to evaluate what would you gain by punting the ball. You know, they might end up having the ball on the 30.
And last week, Sam Penna returned a punt for a touchdown. So
right, you can't punt it. You have to go for, if Richland gets the ball, you know, they're probably, I hate to be optimistic here, they're probably going to score anyhow. So it doesn't matter if it's a 50-yard drive or a 60-yard drive.
All right, so Atwood will go in the gun, 4th and 2. Atwood going to keep us himself, and he is going to be brought down from behind for a loss. So Richland goes out on downs. They stop Johnstown and McCracken from behind. Will take Atwood down, and Richland will take over the ball.
That's that same play where the quarterback fakes to the running back and keeps the ball himself. Not fooling anyone. You know, you can only do that so many times, and you learn. The defense learns all about it.
Let me get Jim here. All right, Jim, we got you, bud.
That was a nice job by Evan. He didn't bite on the play fake at all when he came crashing through.
All right, Sam Penna going to take this. He's going to heave this to the left side. Has a man. That was McGarrett, I think he was looking for. He had him open, and McGarrett just could not quite adjust on the ball. Good ball thrown by Sam. Almost off his back foot, looked like, Jim. He threw that one way down the field.
Yeah, off his back. Jude was looking for backside shoulder towards the sideline. The ball was a little bit more in, so it was actually on the ground by the time the ball got there, though.
Yep, I agree. All right, we'll let Jim go. We're having a little trouble with the microphone again. But good to have Jim with us tonight. PJ out hunting big game out in New Mexico, so good luck to him. 2nd down and 10. Richland has the ball at the Trojan 47-yard line. Penna back to throw again. Penna going to try the right side this time, looking for... there's Austin Yarnick, and Austin Yarnick makes the grab and will go into the end zone. In coverage was number 11, Gerald Vini Jr. It was a jump ball, and Austin Yarnick went up and got it, able to keep his feet and goes into the end zone. So a 48-yard touchdown strike from Penna
to
Yarnick.
A great move by Yarnick. He's a young sophomore. He's going to be around for 2 more years, catching a lot of passes for the Rams. It was the coverage was good, Ed.
It was very good. It was a jump ball, and Austin Yarnick just went up and got it. And what I like, Coach, is we're opening up, we're throwing the ball vertical. That was 2 big pass plays, one to the left, try from McGarrett, and really it was just an adjustment problem. I think if McGarrett can make the adjustment, he probably has a touchdown, couldn't quite do it. And now when Austin Yarnick goes up and makes the grab on the 50-50 ball, going a little shotgun here, or a little wildcat, as Evan McCracken will go into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Puts the Rams up 14-0 with 3:53 remaining on the clock in the first quarter.
48 yards.
48-yard touchdown strike. I'm going to get a hold of Jim Penner real quick.
That's what I was saying. Really that wouldn't be an advantage to punt because they would have done that no matter where they got the ball.
I don't know how well you guys can see that out there.
Yeah, your microphone's breaking up a little bit, Jim. I don't know if you can move a little closer to us. But I always wanted to say it's so nice to see Richland sort of go a little more vertical. I think Sam, made a nice pass to McGarrett. Maybe McGarrett just quite couldn't adjust to the throw. And on that one, Yarnick goes up and just gets the ball. It was pretty decent coverage. Nice ball thrown by Sam. And Yarnick able to outduel, get the ball, and go into the end zone.
I got to tell you, I think the Johnstown come down right in front of me. I think the Johnstown defender got first hands on the ball, and Yarnick just took it. He high pointed it, and that's the kind of trust we've been wanting to build between these receivers and our quarterback since Graydon Lewis got injured. Sam and Graydon, of course, had that connection, and the more this quarterback fills that with these receivers, the more dangerous they're going to be. That was just an excellent effort by Austin Yarnick to fight that ball away, and then to finish the play. A lot of guys, even when they get that ball, they go down. He kept his footing and won the battle and got it in. It's just a heck of a catch by Austin Yarnick on that play.
Yeah, this has got to breed confidence in both not only Sam, but in players like McGarrett and Yarnick. When they get a little more confident and comfortable. We have some big games coming up, Jim. We're going to need all hands on deck, and this could just go a long, long way.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of the things. Of course, Graydon Lewis is, arguably the best player on the team, and I feel at liberty to say that since I got a couple of guys on the team. He's certainly one of the more dangerous weapons. So when he went down, you to find your identity, and of course, same quarterback came up with Graydon. They're in the same class. So, working with a sophomore, and Austin has been every bit he's been billed to be, and he's had some good catches and some critical ones, but he won't have a better catch all year than that. He fought that off the defender and came down with it. That was a joke by Austin Yarnick.
All right, thank you to Jim. We'll go back to him again shortly. So, Freddie, really great to see.
How about the scores? We have a score over there.
Yeah, we have an update. Penn, Cambria, and Bedford now tied at 7. Central beating McCourt Carroll 7-6.
Yes, close ball game.
All right, kick is away. Johnstown will pick this up, taking to about the 30-yard line. So good job by the Richland special teams. That was number 19 for the Trojans, Zamir Reed on the return.
Once again, the same type of a kickoff, kick it into a corner, into a spot, and trap the person right there, and they have good, pretty good coverage. So if you're inside the 30, I call that a win for the special team.
Yeah.
I really do.
Richland will sometimes use Declan Piscatella, maybe a little bit of bigger leg, and he can put a little deeper. But I like Austin Yarnick kicking. He'll pick out, like you said, he'll pick out the right corner or the left corner and kind of put that ball in between the 20 and the 10. And Richland doing a good job and keeping the Trojans at about the 30-yard line. 31 they'll give it. So first down and 10, Trojans trailing here 14-0 with 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. Atwood back to, he'll pitch this to Teisinger, and Teisinger brought down there by number 68, Ethan Janidlo.
Number 68 and company. A lot of people, a lot of white shirts over there around.
Yeah, they're all tracking the ball along with Austin Yarnick.
They have to be careful that they don't get too many guys too close, because if someone breaks out of that pack, they could be gone. But good aggressive defense, that's what we like to see.
Very short game made by the Trojans to bring up second down and 9.
Tim Ripple, the defensive coordinator, we should mention his name. Ron Hall, special teams coach.
All right, so Atwood will go back into the gun. Teisinger will go to the right of Atwood. 4 wide receivers in this set. They'll put Vini in motion. Atwood rolls out to his right. Atwood going to throw. Has a man wide open. And a catch is made. Ethan Box, I think, lost coverage. That was number 19, Zamir Reed, who was wide open behind the coverage. Ethan Box did a nice job of closing. But, he dropped the ball.
Yeah, he did. A little bit of a play fake and then a deep pass down the sideline. Well thrown, should have been caught. They should be in really good position right now, but they still have the ball, so anything can happen. 3rd down and 10.
Maybe a little blown coverage there by the Rams. Zamir Reed was way behind the defense. I said Ethan Box did a nice job of trying to close.
I'm not sure the play fake held everybody. Maybe it was a good enough fake to hold people, but certainly was open.
All right, so bringing down 3rd and 9 on a missed opportunity there by the Trojans. Going empty backfield now. And we may have a timeout, Johnstown. So 2:53 remaining on the clock in the first quarter. Richland leading here 14-0. And Freddie, would you like to run down the sponsors, sir?
If I can see them, we don't have any lights up here. Okay, First Summit Bank, Best Window, Chansoon Song Medical Center, Ponchione Financial Group, Advanced Audifice Systems, Cardolino Eye Care, FWF, and Erie Insurance Provider, Pinnacle Chiropractic Spine and Sports, Nico's Restaurant, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, Dean Jordan Goodyear Tires, Johnstown Construction, Sporting Goods Discounters, Flair of Country Catering, Fifth Bar and Grill, DB Homes, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Laurel Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamonds Company, Beauty Lawn, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Valco's General Contracting Incorporated, Senator Wayne Langerholk, Memorial Chevrolet, RPM Signs, Advantage Auto Service, Ashbro Landscaping Curbing, Roof Rejuve, Vantage Physical Therapy, Asiago's Restaurant, Tap 814 Bar and Grill, Market Basket Grocery Store, First Team Advertising. Every time I read these, I get hungry.
It does make you kind of hungry, doesn't it? A lot of restaurants on there, a lot of bars on there.
You know, a lot of good people. So our listeners should really support these people. We appreciate their support, and they are good people. Every one of them on there. I know most of them, and they're fine people.
Yeah, we have a great community in Richland. We should be very proud of that for sure. 3rd and 9 upcoming. Atwood, empty backfield. Atwood going to roll out to his right hand. There's going to be a hold as Jordan Nichols was coming, and I would have done the same thing. I would have held him too. And Evan McCracken will take down Atwood, but it is a big holding call. But anyway, Richland will turn this down, obviously. Sack made by Evan McCracken.
I'm thinking they will. I'm trying to find the number of sacks that that's the one thing that Stone didn't do. Here we go, sacks. Jordan Nichols has 9 on the year so far. That would have been number 10.
It would have been number 10, and Johnstown did what they had to do. They had to hold him, and Evan McCracken came in and makes the sack.
Yeah, 5 games, 9 sacks, so that's a pretty good average. Yeah. Almost 2 a game. That's impressive.
And that's a big loss on the play as well, so no choice here for Johnstown to punt. Pushes the ball all the way back to the 18-yard line.
Well, as most people are aware, holding is a spot foul, so the penalty is measured not from the line of scrimmage, but from where the holding occurred. So it really put them in a deep hole.
All right, so this is going to be, nobody back deep for the Rams.
Apparently they're going for the block. That would be my guess.
As long as they don't rough it always worries me that you're going to rough the punter. And that would be an automatic first down.
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to say it, though.
It's a high snap, play blown dead. Johnstown going to go ahead and call another timeout. But that always worries me, Coach. Yeah, you're going to send everybody in. I get that. You're going to try for the punt. But let's face it, if you rough the punter, it's all for naught.
I'm thinking here, even if you don't block the punt, you're still going to end up with great field position. So why even try? Just let them kick the ball, and you're going to get it on their side of the 50. In my mind. So we'll see. We just wasted a timeout. That's okay. That's two gone.
Yeah, 2 timeouts gone for Johnstown already. We still have 2:12 remaining in the first quarter.
That's a very nice scoreboard. I just noticed it for the first time. How can I not notice it?
That's a great scoreboard.
Beautiful.
It really is.
I think Richland's due for a new scoreboard. I would think.
I would think so too. Yeah.
We were just talking about that. It's funny we mentioned it because I was in the athletic office today talking to Coach and Coach Ripple, and we were trying to figure out when our scoreboard was installed. It was the year that they put the turf down, which was, take a guess, what year do you think our first turf field was?
Okay. Well, I know it wasn't there when I was there, so I'm going to say it was somewhere around 1995 would be my guess.
No, 2005.
Oh, 2005. Okay, there you go.
Was the first, we completed the first field. We're on our second one right now.
Okay, so they're going to go no man deep again for the Rams. It's a low punt that came out, but it's going to take a great bounce as it goes over the 50-yard line. Goes all the way back to about the 40-yard line of the Rams. So a big punt there. Yeah, it was a great punt. It was nice and low, and it skidded across the ground and took the good Trojan bounce.
Didn't look very impressive, but it certainly turned out to be a great punt.
Very effective, yes. Not the greatest looking punt, but very, very effective. So Richland will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line, leading here 14-0 with 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. It's been a lot of Evan McCracken, and on the last drive, it was a lot of the passing game. Actually, two big passes. One just missed to McGarrah, and then one hauled in by Austin Yarnick on a 48-yard touchdown strike. Another update, Penn Cambry now leading Bedford 14-7 in the second quarter.
One of those teams will be not undefeated tonight.
All right, so it will be McCracken taking the snap. He's going to pitch back to Noah Ritko, who will throw incomplete. They tried a little trickeration for Penna. Was it ball caught? Ball is caught, so Penna able to pick it off the turf. So a short gain to about the 44-yard line, 4-yard pickup. Little trickeration by the Rams.
Going back to that Penn Cambry score, as a coach, I'm thinking I'd rather see them win tonight. I don't want to see Penn Cambry lose coming into Richland with a loss. That's not a little bit of emotional advantage there.
2nd down and 6 for the Rams. They go back more traditional. Penna back into the gun with McCracken now to the right of Penna. And Penna going to throw quickly over the middle to McGowan. So pass will fall incomplete. Going to bring down 3rd and 6.
He was injured during the early stages of this season, so I'm glad to see Ryan back.
Love to see Ryan, and he had a 54-yard touchdown pass last week at Somerset, and he looks good, Coach. Like he looks healthy. Doesn't look like he has any kind of limp. He just looks good.
Well, we certainly need somebody in there with Lewis out. Lewis had as many touchdowns receiving last year as he did rushing, so he was a really good all-around player. And these young guys are filling right in, though. They're starting to look like there's no difference.
All right, going into the pistol now. 3rd down and 6. Fake handoff to McCracken. Penna going to roll to his left. Has a man. That is Austin Yarnick on his sideline, and Yarnick will cross over the. Let's see if they give him the 40. Yes, he will get to about the 40-yard line, so good job by Austin Yarnick. So a lot of connections so far I see between Yarnick and Penna.
Coach Bailey's in his NASCAR mode right now. He's trying to get a lot of snaps in as quickly as he can.
Down to 1:07 in the first quarter. Penna going to roll to his right now. Has the man as Austin Yarnick makes a great catch over the 30-yard line, brought down at about the 28.
That time of rolling to the right. Penna rolling to the right. It's a little bit easier to throw it on it when you're rolling that way as a right-handed quarterback. Yarnick's having a huge night, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. And that was a nice adjustment made by Yarnick as he's able to reach across his body. Looks like Finnegan Bradley now will check into the game and go out to the left wide receiver position. 1st down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line of the Trojans. 37 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
Do we have to snap the ball? Is there enough?
And I think Richland will just run us down. So last 4 catches have been caught by Austin Yarnick, and that one was a really nice adjustment by Austin Yarnick. The ball was thrown a little bit out in front, and Yarnick had to reach across his body and made the catch. So nice adjustment.
As a sophomore, he is a sophomore, correct?
Yes.
I'm right on that. As a sophomore, he started the season, he was a sophomore. But now, 6 games into it, he's getting more and more and more confident. You can just see it as every game goes by. And by the end of the year, he's going to be, he might only be a sophomore in name, but he's going to be a junior, senior by the end of the year. And he still has 2 to go. So look for big things for Yarnick. I do.
Interesting stuff's going on down here. The Trojans actually, Fred, not a bad job on coverage in the first second or two. The longer it goes on, the more difficulty they're having holding coverage there. Nice adjustment made by Yarnick, backing away into space when Sam got into trouble. I think that play was designed to go to Ryan McGowan. Ryan McGowan's guy stayed with him excellently. I thought Sam was just going to run out of bounds, but when Yarnick backed into that side, that gave him an opening. Sam took advantage. One other note you should know, and of course, obviously, I would know that Sam's catch share on that gave him 4 yards. That gives him 1,000 as a receiver in his career here at Richland as a wide receiver for the Rams.
Well, there you go. Big milestone by Sam Pennis. Congratulations to him.
That is definitely a milestone.
All right, so Austin Yarnick has 4 catches for 89 yards in tonight's ball game. So great little stat there. 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Did you know that stat, or did somebody tell you?
A little screen told me.
Stone over here doing a great job.
A little tap on my arm and a little screen to look at. First down and 10. Penna, empty backfield. Penna going to throw. Penna feels some heat. Will keep it himself. Goes off the left side. Penna will go down at about takes the slide short of the 20-yard line. This looks at about maybe the 23-yard line.
Nice pass rush, but you got to maintain your lane. They opened up the middle, and he took advantage of it. Why throw the ball if you can gain 12 or 15 yards running?
Yeah, nice decision there by Sam. And now we'll end the first quarter. Your score here, Richland leading 14-0 over the Johnstown Trojans. Nothing we didn't think was going to happen, and Richland's going to want to keep their foot on the pedal. They're driving again. Johnstown has not stopped them yet. And we want to thank again to our sponsors. We want to thank First Summit Bank, Best Window, Chan Soon Chong Medical Center, Ponchione Financial Group, Advanced Office Systems, Cardolino Eye Care, FWF and Erie Insurance Provider, Pinnacle Chiropractic Spine and Sports, Nico's Restaurant, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, Dean Jordan Goodyear Tires, Johnstown Construction, Sporting Goods Discounters, Flair of Country Catering, The Fifth Bar and Grill, DB Homes, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Laurel Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Beauty Lawn, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Mahalco's General Contracting, Inc., State Senator Wayne Langerholtz, Memorial Chevrolet, RPM Signs, Advantage Auto Service, Ashbro Landscape Curbing, Roof Rejuve, Advantage Physical Therapy, Asiago's Restaurant, Tap 814 Bar and Grill, Market Basket Grocery Store, and First Team Advertising. Once again, as we said, we have a great community, great sponsors. If you still want to get in, you got plenty of time. Really, this is week 6, but there's still plenty of football left to come in the season. Just get a hold of PJ McGowan. He'll give you all the details.
Season's flying by as normal, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy. We're already in week 6. Yep.
7 and 8 will be at home. 7 and 8 are home.
Yeah, 7 and 8 are home. 9 will be on the road, and then week 10 will be back at Richland. Next week is Richland's homecoming.
Yep. And if we're ranked high enough, playoff games will be held at Richland as well.
Yeah, in fact, we have Sam Penna and we have Ryan McGowan on the court, I believe. So Sam Penna 5 for 8 tonight, 116 yards and a touchdown, which is a fantastic. This is what Richland needed. To get a little more balance. They wanted to be a little more balanced going in.
Austin Yarnick has 4 catches.
Yeah, he's had a great
89 yards.
Yep.
I wanted to get in on that using that computer. That's pretty cool.
Well, next time he taps me, I'll tap you, and you can read the screen.
You know who he reminds me of? I'm going to go back in history. You have to be old to remember this kid, Kevin D'Ambrosio, who played.
I remember Kev.
He was a wide receiver when I was the head coach. And Yarnick reminds me when Kevin was a sophomore. He started the season slow, came on. He ended up playing at Lehigh.
Yeah.
And he was quite an athlete. And this Yarnick kid, maybe that's why I have a soft spot in my heart for him. I hope he does. I hope they all do well. But he does remind me of Kevin D'Ambrosio.
We've been blessed, really, not only with our quarterbacks over there, but some wide receivers. Been really blessed over the years, turning out some good wide receivers here at Richland.
How about Timmy Ripple, who's the assistant coach right now? Defensive coordinator. He was a great receiver.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Rams just to start the second quarter. Penna going to fake the handoff, roll out to his left. Penna looking. Penna has to scramble. Penna will find some yards over the 20-yard line, so Penna did a great job. He held as long as he could, got some pressure, made a couple of moves, and able to pick up a first down for the Rams. Close to they'll get him about the 17-yard line or so.
He does a great job rolling out to his left. I know I've said this before, but it's tough for a quarterback to roll left and throw when you're a right-handed quarterback. But he has a great ability to square his shoulders and get a nice ball in the air.
All right, going heavy backfield here with Jordan Nichols as your lead blocker. 1st and 10 Rams. And going to swing this out to the right to Ryan McGowan. It looks like there's a flag came out into play in the backfield. And jumped on Evan McCracken.
It's got to be something defensively or offensive.
Yeah, there was a Trojan player laying on top of Evan McCracken in the backfield at the end of that play. Flag was thrown right in that area. McGowan was able to make the catch on the right. It's holding on the Rams.
That's what I was thinking.
So on Carson Reckner, number 75, will take the hold. So the ball will come all the way from the 16-yard line of the Trojans all the way back to about the 27-yard line. Yeah, so.
Now, look, I want to tell you something. We haven't seen a huddle at Richland for years. There it is. They're in a huddle. You're not looking at it. They were in a huddle.
Nice.
When's the last
I
time you saw a huddle?
I don't ever see them huddle. All right, so it's first down and 20 now. Penna going to roll out to his right. Penna looking. Penna going to fire it. Has a man on the sideline as McGowan, I believe. Or is that Yarnick? Hard to catch the number. No, that is Yarnick. Number 13, Austin Yarnick on the catch.
There he is again. Nice roll out to the right. Good blocking by Nichols. Nichols was out in front leading that and blocking very well.
I like the heavy backfield. I like having Jordan Nichols back there as well with McCracken.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable about our running game, and I'm feeling pretty confident about the passing game tonight as well. But with Nichols stepping up and doing what he does really improves our running game a lot.
So a 10-yard gain from Yarnick. Puts down 2nd and 10 back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 17-yard line. It will be Jordan Nichols brought down in the backfield. Nice play made there by number 8, I believe. Sincere Flemings came shooting in and able to bring down Jordan Nichols.
McCracken went in motion way, way deep, and then he pretended like they were going to throw him the ball. He jumped like he was going to catch the ball, and they gave it to Nichols. Didn't fool the Trojans, though. Nice play defensively.
Dugan Chase now will check in the game as Jordan Nichols will check out. So 3rd down and 14 now. 11:02 and counting here in the second quarter. Richland leading 14-0. Have the ball at the Trojan 21-yard line. Empty backfield now here for Penna.
Jet sweep.
Or does McCracken actually. McCracken going to hand off to Penna and throws to McGowan. It will be short of a first down.
Was that a jet sweep?
It was not quite a jet sweep. They had McCracken lined up as the quarterback, the little wildcat. He handed off to Penna, pitched out to Penna. Penna threw the pass. It'll set up a 4th down and 4 now from the 11-yard line of Johnstown. And there's the freeze play. That will be a first down the Rams. It's a great play to run great time to run a freeze play. Second time they caught Johnstown.
They've been blitzing backers all night, and that certainly will affect the linebacker play. It's going to slow them down a little bit.
Referees are still huddling. This is clearly offsides on the Trojans. There we go. So it'll be a first down by the Rams.
I'm not sure what the discussion was about.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was clearly offsides. So push the ball to the 6-yard line. First down and goal now for the Rams at the 6-yard line of Johnstown.
Coach Bailey certainly knows when to call the freeze, doesn't he? I mean, at the right time, you forget about it. Now they'll forget about it for a couple of quarters, and then we'll do it again.
Empty backfield once again for the Rams. Yarnick goes in motion. Fake the handoff to Yarnick, and it will be sacked by number 60 for the Trojans. I don't have a number 60 on the sheet.
A flag.
But there is a flag on the play. I wish I can give you the name of the young man who made the sack, but we don't have a number 60 on the sheet.
Nice play, though. Certainly didn't fall for the fake.
So we'll check the flag. It's holding on the Rams. Holding was on Dugan Chase. They'll decline the penalty and take the yardage off the sack, bring up 2nd down and goal. So 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. Down to 9:50 and counting here in the second quarter. Again, the Rams lead here 14-0. Very heavy in the backfield now. As Brady Hollis goes back there as well. This is McCracken goes up the middle, and McCracken pushes towards the 6-yard line.
Well, that's where that speed really shows up, you know. And it always shows up when you're trying to get to the corner. But when you bust up the middle like that and then just go right through it and get to the second level, it's impressive.
I like the very heavy backfield now. McCracken left side. McCracken will maybe get to the 5-yard line. Going to bring up 4th down and goal. So they're using Brady Hollis, Jordan Nichols, and McCracken in the backfield.
That's called the heavy load there.
Yep. Didn't yield much on that play, so it's going to bring up 4th down and goal Ball spotted right around the 6-yard line, so no gain on the play. So Richland looking for the score. McCracken, we're going to go in the pistol here. And just 2 wide receivers spread out far to the right. It will be handoff to McCracken. He'll go to the right side. McCracken cuts it back, will fall short of the goal line. So Richland will turn it over on downs. Johnstown will take over. Good hold by the Trojans, aided by a couple of holding plays on the Rams.
Yeah, but you got to give the Trojans credit. They stood strong, and they have obviously terrible field position. However, it's better than letting the other team score. That's for sure.
All right, so Trojans do a good job. Stop Evan McCracken short. But they are backed up in the shadow of their own goal line now. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. So we'll see what the Trojans can do from this deep a territory. Atwood will be in his own end zone as he receives a snap. And Atwood back to throw. Atwood throws to the out to the right side. In coverage was Cody Yeager. Knocks the ball away. Incomplete pass. They were looking for number 19, Zamir Reed.
That's a nice play call, if you ask me. Everybody's expecting a run. Why not go with the pass? Try to catch them flat-footed, which they didn't. I mean, we had good coverage.
All right, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Again, the ball spotted at the 3-yard line of the Trojans after they stopped Richland on a 4th and goal from the 6. It is number 13 now, Mekhi Matthews at quarterback. So Matthews hands this off to Teisinger. Teisinger will take a lot. Now maybe no gain, Coach. So he'll be stopped almost immediately when he got the ball. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Down to 8:04 and counting here in the second quarter. Richland up 14-0.
Richland has been averaging 18, giving up 18 points a game throughout the first 5 games. So this looks pretty good. A shutout would be really nice, but we're far from doing that. That's for sure. Got to give the Trojans credit. They're playing hard.
They actually lost 2 on the play, so ball at the 1-yard line now. 3rd down and 12. From the Trojan 1. Matthews will be in his own end zone to receive the snap. Rolls out. Getting a lot of pressure from Hancock. Throws this out to Reed. And Reed will not come up with the catch. So Johnstown will have to punt now from their own 1-yard line. Last time the punt was pretty good, Coach. They had a nice little low runner. But now it's a much different situation. Now you can't, bad snap, it's going to be a safety. They got to be really, really careful.
How about when I was special teams coach and we were in Altoona, Coach Bailey said, we're going to run a fake punt right now. I mean, we were like right there. We were in our own end zone. We ran a fake punt and got it and went on to score. That took some courage, I guess. I guess.
As long, well,
that's a true story.
It worked, so you can say that.
That's one of my favorite Coach Bailey stories.
All right, so there is no man deep for the Rams. And there's a snap that goes down in the end zone. It's going to be a safety. So just what I was talking about, Coach. A bad snap can lead to a safety. He was on the ground, and all the punter can do was to jump on it. So the Rams will add 2 to their score on the safety.
Now Johnstown will have to kick off from their own 20-yard line, correct?
I believe that is correct.
We don't see too many safeties.
No, that's for sure. This is the first one this year that we've seen.
First one in a long time I can remember. Whereas my memory is not what it used to be. It sounds like Jim wants to.
Yeah, that was an interesting sequence of events that just transpired there. But at the end of the day, the safety snap was a little low. It was probably should have been caught. The pressure that Rich put on the 3 prior plays, I think, made him kind of hurry things. And then once he dropped it, the play was over. Just too much in. Jordan Nichols made first contact, so I guess gets credit for the safety. But the relentless pressure up. Cody Yeager did a nice job on 2 passes on the sideline there. Fred. So he's another young guy that has stepped up through some of the injuries he had and has performed. And I want to go back. a first down, but there was a completion to Ryan McGowan earlier in our last drive where it looked like they had him for like maybe a 3-yard gain. It was a beautiful move, and Sam Penna had thrown the ball on the inside where Ryan could make the move. So good communication there. Ryan had one more guy to beat. It might have gone all the way, but those are the little things you look for whenever you're completing passes, not just guys throwing and catching, but guys getting in a position where they can make something happen after they make the catch. So some good signs there. They couldn't finish it, but the defense responds, gets to, and they're going to get the ball here.
Yeah, I agree. And we were just talking about that, Jim, about that punt. And I just told Fred, I said, here's the bad thing. They have to punt from their own end zone, and the bad snap can cause a lot of havoc. And we saw the punter's eyes. As you said, the pressure was coming, and I think he just wanted to get on that ball. He did not even have the opportunity to punt that away. That pressure was coming.
The thing was, once he beat the ball, once he get it was over at that point. He still didn't have it. It was only whether we were going to get the touchdown. And I will tell you, on their first pass play from the end zone, they probably could have called a hold on Johnstown. There were two different guys holding Jordan Nichols. He still almost got home for the sack. He forced the high pass, and so good pressure up front for the Rams tonight, especially with the goal line behind the Johnstown Trojans. Kick it off at the safety. The Rams have an opportunity to double dip.
All right, thank you, Jim.
What a surprise. Jordan Nichols was the first guy in on the punt.
I was just going to say, that is no surprise. Anytime there's some heat coming, you got to look for Jordan Nichols. All right, so on to kick it away will be the Trojans after the safety.
Now, you do have the option to punt this. They're choosing to kick it off.
Nice it's a good kick, yeah.
Very nice kick.
Ball fielded right about the 35-yard line. This is, I think, Austin Yarnick, I believe, who will take it to about the 46-yard line of Richland. So good field position to start for the Rams.
Not a bad kick. Their kicking game has been really impressive tonight, I think, the Trojans, punting and kicking off.
There was a flag on the play as well.
Must be against Richland, I'm thinking.
Yep, definitely going to be on Richland, I believe. Is a holding again on the Rams. So the Rams gotten at least 4 holdings in this game so far. So they'll call Jordan Nichols on the hold. Ball comes back to about the still good field position, Fred, as the ball will be taken back to about the looks like about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, you can do a lot. They're going to how much time? But there's so many numbers on that scoreboard. I have trouble seeing which one's which.
We have 7:09 remaining on the clock here in the second quarter. Richland leading 16-0, just coming off the safety.
Look at this.
Another flag before we did anything. They're going to call it illegal procedure on the Rams.
And Coach Billy wants to know why. What did we do?
Yeah, 5-yard penalty. They had Austin Yarnick lined up as the center.
That makes him eligible now, you understand. Even though he's the center, he's at the end of the line. He has the correct number. He is an eligible receiver, and there he goes.
All right, Penna going to throw this back to Janidlo. Janidlo fumbles the ball, able to pick it up.
Look at Yarnick.
Yeah, Yarnick was wide open down the field, but a little low throw, and Janidlo could not quite haul that in, did the right thing by at least just jumping on it.
Now, there's another one of those plays where you're the defensive coordinator of the other team thinking, doggone it, coach. Now I have to spend 10 minutes of practice someday going over huddle. And you probably won't run it against me anyhow. But I'm going to take 10 more minutes of my practice time.
All right, so second down and 24 now for Richland. They are backed up now to their own 24-yard line. Penna going to hand us off to McCracken. McCracken goes over the right side. McCracken will cut it back towards the middle as he gets over the 30 to about the 32. So an 8-yard gain.
That was a good defensive play. It didn't look like much, but he was in the open field and he was moving pretty good. And all it took was one little juke, he'd have been gone. So it was a nice defensive play by the Trojans.
Third down and long upcoming for the Rams. And Penna going to roll out to his left. Penna now going to keep. Penna gets spun around, stays on his feet, and actually lowers his shoulder, taken out of bounds right about the 40-yard line. Short of the first down.
What do you think, Coach? To go for it?
I think Richland goes here, but I think they're going to put the punt team out. Yeah, I think Janidlo's going back to punt.
That's kind of surprising.
I'm surprised too. Ball at the 40-yard line, leading 16-0. But they have Janidlo going back to punt. Now, Janidlo was a quarterback. As you saw before, they tried to do that little trickeration. Now it's going to be
12 men on the field.
Yep. It was Carson Reckner trying to get off the field. So a 5-yard loss on the play now. So Richland's kind of hurt themselves a little bit by the penalty here, Fred. About 4 holding calls, an illegal procedure.
Yeah, you have to clean all that stuff up when you're getting ready for Penn Cambria next week. You can't be doing that next week. You might get away with it tonight.
Yeah. All right, so Janidlo on the punted away. Tysinger is deep for the Trojans. Good punt by Janidlo. Hits short of the 30 and rolls Richland way to about the 25-yard line. So good punt by Janidlo.
We have not seen many punts this year, have we?
Not a whole lot, no.
Actually, in fact, I'm trying to think in the last 3 or 4 years we haven't seen many punts.
So about a 45-yard punt there by Janidlo.
How'd you get that? Little secret back there. Sounds sharp. He's really sharp.
He is on it, that's for sure. They'll spot this ball at about the 24-yard line. 4:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Richland leading 16-0 over the Trojans.
He's making you look good, Ed Stone.
And that's pretty hard to do.
He's making you look really good.
Making me look good is really hard to do, so he's doing a great job.
You do a great job.
All right, so it is Malik Matthews quarterbacking now. Matthews back to throw. Matthews, a little screenplay set up to Malik Tysinger. Tysinger will get all the way to the 35-yard line. So good gainer for a first down.
Johnstown always has run the screen very well. I remember one year when I was assistant under Coach Bailey, we practiced stopping the Johnstown screen for like an hour. And guess what they ran the first play of the game? A screen. And guess what they did? They scored a touchdown. We couldn't believe it. Right on Hurlinger Field. So they've been known to run the screen very well. I'm surprised it took them this long to unveil it.
All right, first down and 10 Trojans at their own 35-yard line. Matthews in the gun. Matthews back to throw. Matthews feeling some pressure. Matthews going to go down. Led by number 3, Jordan Nichols on the sack. Right around the ball was Zach Hancock and Declan Piscatella, number 53 as well.
That's his second sack for the night, I believe. We had 6 coming into the game for the year.
He had 9 coming into the game, I believe. 9. So he has at least 11 now on the year.
It is 9.
So ball back to the 30-yard line. 5-yard loss on the sack. All right, so Trojans come out in a 2nd and 15 now. And I believe this is Atwood back at quarter. No, that's still Malik Matthews. Almost, no, it isn't picked off. Not sure if it's picked off. We'll see what the call is. It should be an interception by Yarnick. But there was a flag on the play, I believe.
I believe it's a holding call.
Yeah, holding call on the Trojans. Penalty is declined. And Austin Yarnick comes up with the interception. So Yarnick having a great game. I think he has 99 yards.
Stone will tell you in a minute here how many yards Yarnick has receiving today.
PJ has just texted me. He just wants to know the score, so we'll tell him it's 16-0. PJ, hope things are going well for you down there.
Ask him if he's bringing any meat home yet. He got his elk.
I think Jim Penna wants to check in. All right, so first down and 10 off the interception. 35-yard line of the Trojans. Johnstown going to use his 3rd timeout.
I think Stone's trying to tell me here that Yarnick has 89 yards receiving. Is that right,
I'm not sure if Jim can hear me or not.
Is that receiving yards?
Yep. Batteries must have died on Jim. Let's try to call him. Batteries must be dead in his unit. Let me try to call Jim one more time. Again, we're having technical difficulties, so just bear with me. As when I get a hold of Jim, I have to call him.
He's looking at his mic.
Yeah, I think his microphone died. So the batteries are dead on Jim Penna. We'll check on him in a little bit. I know he wanted to say something. But Austin, getting back to Austin Yarnick, what a great game Austin Yarnick is having. 99 yards through the air, and now it comes up with a huge interception.
He's trying to tell us something.
I think he wants to run somebody run batteries down to him.
Do we have anybody? You want me to go?
You want to run him down?
No, not really.
There's some batteries right there if you need to run them down to him.
You can throw them. Maybe we can toss them down.
Actually, you know what? I'm pretty confident I can make that throw.
No, I don't.
I played baseball for a long, long time. I can easily hit Jim and have no problem. I might take out a cheerleader, maybe, but I doubt it. If Jim's got the good hands, I won't take out a cheerleader.
Well, or you're changing your mind.
Well, I think I have Coach Black looking at me like I'm nuts. So I won't throw these down to Jim, but I'm pretty confident I can make that throw.
Discretion, the better part of valor.
There you go. 3:48 remaining here before halftime. Richland leading 16-0, and off the interception from Austin Yarnick has the ball at the Trojan 35-yard line. And it looks like we're going to go a little wildcat here, as it is Evan McCracken taking the snap. And McCracken fakes the handoff, keeps himself, goes up the middle, tries the right side, cuts it back over the middle. And good shoestring tackle made by number 4, Anthony Atwood, and stops McCracken from really breaking a big one there. But McCracken does take it all the way to the 26-yard line. First down and second down and 1. I'll give him 9 on the carry. So Jordan Nichols in the backfield. Sam Penna now back at quarterback. Down to 3:10 and counting here in the second quarter. Penna hands this off. Jordan Nichols unable to shake the tackle. Great job on Sincere Flemings coming in and making tackle. It's the second time Sincere Flemings has come in and made a really nice tackle on Jordan Nichols.
They tried to trap him actually, and he was quick enough that he beat the trap and made the tackle. The lineman pulling across the line of scrimmage was not quick enough to get there. It was a trap.
So it brings up third down and about 2. Down to 2.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Richland leading 16-0 here from Trojan Stadium. Jordan Nichols stays in the backfield. Quick throw out to the left side, as that is McCracken. And McCracken, I think does he have the first down, Coach? No, it's going to be fourth down and about 1. So really short gain.
There was a big blitz on that time. Did you notice our quarterback got knocked down pretty hard there? Big blitz coming right up the middle.
All right, fourth down and 1. So the last time we were in fourth down, the Trojans did a great job and stopped Richland on a 4th and goal from the 6. This time it's 4th and 1 from about the 26-yard line of the Trojans. We're at 2:19 remaining before halftime, and Johnstown will get the ball when we start the half. And Penna going to keep it himself. Penna is spun around and taken down, but he has enough for the first down, I believe, and he does. So just able to pick up the first down. Good play made by the Trojans again. They're doing a great job tackling, Coach.
They are. They're playing. You think they're not. They're losing, but they're doing a good job. We've seen teams not able to do that.
All right, McCracken on the carry. Goes up the middle. Nice gainer from McCracken as he'll get to about the 17-yard line. Clock continues to run, 1:52 and counting before halftime.
Coach Bailey wanted him to keep moving. That's the NASCAR mode right there.
And McCracken out to the right side. McCracken is going to find the end zone. Evan McCracken off the right side goes into the end zone from 17 yards out.
Runs it right up the field, makes a quick break to the right, up the sideline, gone. That's the speed we were talking about.
Yeah, to me, this is a tempo they don't want to run, though, Coach. See those fast tempos. I think when you give Johnstown time to set, this is a team in Johnstown, it's going to tire, I think, pretty quickly. Probably pretty much almost like McCourt Carroll. They use the same people. If you get them, just keep moving, you're going to run them out of gas. I think that's what happened right there.
That's the NASCAR mode. That's what they call it, NASCAR.
Ritko on for the kick now. Ritko will put this one up, and Ritko is true.
Boy, he's got a good leg, doesn't he?
He's got a great leg. He really does. So the Rams go up 23-0 now with 1:39 remaining before halftime.
We have time for the sponsors?
I was going to run down to Jim Penn. I don't know if he's got batteries back in his.
He'll be coming up in a minute.
Well, I'm going to try to see if we can get a hold of Jim if he has batteries now in his. Let's check. I can hear you on my phone. I can't hear you on our headsets. Now. So still can't hear Jim at the moment.
Just looked out the window right in front of us. We have Coach Nick Campitelli sitting.
Oh, I love Nick. All right, so the score from Penn Camp.
How we going now?
Now we got you, Jim.
There we go.
Yeah. Hold on. I have two quick scores for you real quick. Penn Cambria winning 21-20 over Bedford at halftime. Westmont leading Chestnut Ridge 21-14 at halftime.
Well, we know Westmont's capable of giving anybody a game if the dominoes fall the right way for them. I'm not surprised by that other score. That's two good teams. I think Penn Cambria's got the better quarterback and Bedford the better system. So sort of a clash of styles there. So we'll see how that one finishes out. I wanted to tell you real quick, the interception by Yarnick. I know you couldn't see it. It was tight to the sideline. He did a good job of just defending the ball and knocking it down. The offensive player actually kind of knocked it back into his belly. It was a good catch. The more impressive part was the presence of mind for Austin to keep his feet inbounds and make it a catch. It was impressive. It really was. So, in fact, everybody was kind of stunned for a second that he managed to stay in bounds because it looked like he was going to go out. So that was a good awareness there for Austin Yarnick on the interception. And, of course, the Rams turned it into some points. So things got a little chippy down here for a little while. There's some chirping going on and some after the play, some physical exchange going on. So the referees chatting to the boys, make sure they keep it on the straight and narrow. But something to keep an eye on as we move forward.
I was going to bring that up because I was noticing that myself, and I was going to bring it up, but I didn't. But it was away from the play. A lot of stuff was happening away from the play.
Yeah, and you can hear the referees continually telling the guys, and certainly at the end of every tackle, there's a little extra exchange. So some of that might be the frustration of the evening, but a lot of energy out here in that regard.
Yeah. Would you agree, Jim, though, too, that Richland running a little more fast tempo against Johnstown? I mean, Johnstown looked a little bit tired at the end when McCracken broke that one. I think that's the tempo Richland's going to need to run in order to really put Johnstown away here.
Yeah, you're talking about the things that Richland wants to work on in this game, and part of that is up-tempo, but not just up-tempo with throwing the ball. It's clear, even on that last possession, they're dedicated to work on the run, even though they didn't get a touchdown out of the one that only turned into a safety. So they are going out of the way to set that up. And when you have speed like Evan McCracken, if you get him a little winded and one guy gets out of position, that can turn into a big gain, if not a touchdown. So not a bad strategy in this game, and certainly not a bad tool to have in the toolbox later on.
Yeah, for sure. That's the tempo they ran against McCourt Carroll. That kind of turned that game as well, Freddie. Richland went up very up-tempo on McCourt Carroll. McCourt Carroll just ran out of gas. So good return by Malik Reed. It's about the 48-yard line of the Trojans. They'll take over 1st and 10. Atwood back at quarterback. Pitch back to Malik Reed. Over to Malik Tysinger. I'll get it right. Tysinger gets to about the 50-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
If you're going to run that high-speed NASCAR offense, you have to be in pretty good shape yourself. You're trying to wear down the other team, which means you're probably in better shape than the other team. And our kids are in pretty good shape. I've seen them work out during the summers. Yeah. You have, too, when your son played.
Absolutely.
You know what they do all summer, so they're in very good shape.
Plus, we substitute quite a bit, which keeps everybody a little fresher. Atwood hands off. This is Malik Tysinger again. And Tysinger will get into Richland territory to about the 47-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down.
They have no timeouts left, do they?
No, they used all 3. They used 2 really quickly in the first quarter.
I think they were on one was on defense even. They might wish they had one back here.
All right, so third down and 6 upcoming for the Trojans at the Richland 48-yard line. Atwood hands this off. No, he keeps it himself as he tries to get to the 35-yard line. Will come short to about the 36. Going to bring up fourth down.
I think
Richland going to use a timeout. Smart play, I think. Still only 6 seconds left. So Richland going to again take a timeout with 6 seconds remaining before halftime.
I think if I was the Trojans, you might as well go for it, don't you think, Ed?
Oh, I would. I wouldn't even think twice about it. They do get the ball when we come back from halftime as well. Johnstown does, and they're trailing here 23-0. So, Fred, you want to run down the sponsors? We'll do it before halftime.
First Summit Bank, Best Window, Chan Soon Song Medical Center, Ponchione Financial Group, Advanced Office Systems, Cardolino Eye Care, FWF, and Erie Insurance Provider, Pinnacle Chiropractic Spine and Sports, Nico's Restaurant, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, Dean Jordan Goodyear Tires, Johnstown Construction, the Sporting Good Discounters, Flair of Country Catering, the Fifth Bar and Grill, DB Homes, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Laurel Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamonds Company, Beauty Lawn, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Mahelco's General Contracting Incorporated, State Senator Wayne Langerholf, Memorial Chevrolet, RPM Signs, Advantage Auto Service, Ashbro Landscape Curbing, Roof Rejuve, Advantage Physical Therapy, Asiago's Restaurant, Tap 814 Bar and Grill, Market Basket Grocery Store, and First Team Advertising.
All right, so it brings up fourth down and 4 for the Trojans. 6 seconds remaining before halftime. And I think Richland going to go ahead and call another timeout. So Richland uses back-to-back timeouts.
Might as well use them. You can't save them.
That's what I say. You can't carry them over, so you might as well use them.
Well, I didn't rule. I was rushing through those sponsors.
Oh, you did a great job because you finished in plenty of time.
I was 2 for 2 tonight.
We were in great shape. So Evan McCracken, 14 carries, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game so far. Sam Penna has thrown for 125 yards and a touchdown. Austin Yarnock, 5 catches, 99 yards, including a 48-yard touchdown reception.
What an outstanding job!
And he has an interception on the game as well.
It's a breakout game, I think, for him. It really is.
Yeah, he had a really good game at Central as well.
You can tell he's getting more and more confident, and the more confident he gets, he'll get a little bit bolder.
Yeah, and Sam also becoming confident in Austin Yarnock. I mean, that's a big thing, too. Not only is Austin Yarnock gaining confidence, but Sam Penna gaining confidence, able to throw it to Austin Yarnock. So now he has two receivers I feel that he has complete trust in, and that is
Ryan
McGowan and Austin Yarnock. All right, fourth down and 4. Atwood back to throw. Atwood getting some pressure. Goes up the middle, has the yardage for first down and more. He breaks over the 30-yard line, cuts it back. He may have the end zone, and he will. So 2 timeouts by Richland. And that is Anthony Atwood. Keeps it himself, goes up the middle, makes a couple of nice moves, and goes into the end zone for a Johnstown Trojan touchdown.
You have to be here to believe it. It was a quarterback draw, is what it was. He was in a shotgun, and he dropped back like he was going to pass, ran right up the middle, nobody touched it. Nobody laid a hand on him.
No. He made a couple of nice moves to avoid a couple guys that would have got a hand on him and gets into the end zone. So right before halftime, now with no time on the clock, Anthony Atwood goes into the end zone, and Johnstown will get the ball when we start the second half. So big play of the ball game, 23-6 now pending the extra point. It is Ethan Nowak on to attempt the extra point for the Trojans. Your holder is number 8, Sincere Flemings. Johnstown now running a player late onto the field. That should be a flag on the play. Delay a game on the Trojans. Will push it back a little further. They try to run a player onto the field really, really late, Coach.
There's no time on the clock, I don't believe, is there?
No, zero seconds on it. That run was made with 6 seconds left to go before halftime.
A lot of speed on it. It didn't take him 6 seconds to get there. He was running back and forth.
All right, Nowak. Kick is up, and it is going to be good. So Nowak makes a score 23-7 at halftime. Richland leading, but the Trojans are going to have a lot of momentum taken into the locker room, Coach.
It is. That's a big play for them. Calling 2 timeouts. they were a little bit upset with us calling a timeout. I don't know if you noticed or not. Some of the team was upset over the fact we kept calling timeout. So they're going to be fired. That gives the coach something to fire them up about. And they'll come out smoking. They're going to get the ball, too.
All right, so, yeah, we kind of ran over that already. The stats are back up, so we already did that. Sam Penna, 7 of 10, 125 yards, a touchdown. Austin Yarnick has 99 yards on 5 receptions, 48-yard touchdown strike, and 1 interception. Evan McCracken, 14 carries, 68 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So we'll go ahead and step away as the halftime festivities happen here at Trojans Stadium. You are listening to the Richland Ram Football Network. All right, welcome back to Trojan Stadium. Halftime is over. Both bands did a tremendous job. Richland band, I think Richland band sounds really, really good. The Trojans band, kind of a weird setup. If you said they have a big production in the middle of the field with a bunch of drums and guitars and not a whole lot of play members, but a very interesting halftime show. Nonetheless, we were back here from Trojan Stadium. Richland leading 23-7. Johnstown coming off a big play to end the first half, Coach, on a draw play on a 4th down and 4, and Atwood able to go into the end zone to make the score 23-7. So Johnstown going to get the ball. We'll see if their momentum continues.
Right, there was no time left on the clock when he scored, and that was certainly a morale builder for them going in at halftime. So we talked about it earlier. You can't take anybody lightly just because the Trojans have not won in a while. One of these days they're going to break out of it. All they need is a little bit of self-confidence, a little push, and maybe that touchdown was going to be the turning point in their season.
All right, so some stats. We ran this down a little bit before. If you weren't with us before, Sam Penn is 7-10, 125 yards and a touchdown. Austin Yarnick has 5 catches, 99 yards, 1 for 48 yards on a touchdown strike, and has an interception on the game. Evan McCracken, 14 carries, 68 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I think the key to maybe the Rams in this half is kind of what we saw when they had the last possession, Coach, and that was to speed up the tempo. Johnstown unable to really keep up their stamina, and McCracken ends up breaking one to the right and going in for a score. Johnstown, though, hitting very, very hard when they do have the opportunity, but I think maybe if you keep them where they get a little tired, it's going to be hard for them to keep that up.
Yeah, Coach Bailey's been interesting to watch tonight. I enjoy trying to figure out what he's doing because I coached with him for so long. And there were times he was speeding up the game. There were times he was slowing it down. He just tried to disrupt the tempo. And then he threw that crazy formation in with Yarnick being the center, but also being the wide receiver. And everything he was trying to do to make the game entertaining for the kids and for the fans, and also to win the football game. I mean, he wants to get out of this game without any other injuries, getting ready for Penn Cambria, and he's been very interesting to watch, and I've enjoyed watching this.
Yeah, that muddle huddle actually would have worked. Austin Yarnick was wide open down the middle of the field. Just a low throw, and Ethan Janidlo had a hard time picking it up off the turf. I think he was looking downfield knowing he had the man, and then just did the wise thing and jumped on the football.
How about Yarnick, though? What a big game he's having.
Having a great game. Yep.
Like every week, somebody else has the big game. Last week it was Jordan Nichols. This week it's Yarnick, and it's been McCracken having a big game. But that's the thing about this team. Everything is spread out. The talent's spread out. It's hard to defend them. It's always been hard to defend Richland because we do so many things, and we do them all well. But we have a number of talented athletes that are starting to blossom right now at the right time. Week number 6, getting a lot more confidence, getting a lot more experience, and it's going to be an interesting next 3 weeks. It's going to be an interesting half right now.
For sure. So, Coach, you had an interesting thing happen for you at halftime. You have a fan club.
I could not believe that. It was unbelievable. Lady wanted to meet me from Delaware. She's from Delaware. She said she listens to us every week, and she loves us, and she wanted to meet me. So there we go.
All right, so kickoff by Richland, and Johnstown going to return this close to midfield. So the Trojans continue a little bit of momentum as they take the ball now close to midfield where they'll start their opening drive of the second half, trailing 23-7.
I wish we had a little more time to talk about my fan club.
Oh, you do? You have a little bit of time?
Since you brought it up, I mean,
It's a big moment for you.
She actually is related to Jim Penna, and she listens to all of the broadcasts, her and her husband from Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, and they enjoy us very much every week. So that's nice to know, nice to hear.
All right,
nice to be appreciated.
Absolutely. Johnstown will take over from their own 48-yard line now, just underway here in the second half. Atwood back to throw. Atwood going to have to keep it himself. Atwood going to throw. Dugan Chase tips it, but into the hands of the Johnstown Trojan receiver. Did a nice job keeping his eyes on the ball. That is number 9, Tyjir King. Comes down with the reception. Dugan Chase able to tip it, but there was King right behind to make the catch. So first down Trojans.
They don't have many first downs in this game, but they're moving the ball very well right now. That was pretty exciting. Maybe things are going to start going their way. Who knows?
Down to 11:27 here in the third quarter. Just underway here from Trojan Stadium to start the second half. 41-yard line now of Richland are the Trojans, 1st and 10. Atwood Going to shovel us back to Tysinger, and Tysinger brought down quickly for a loss back to the 45-yard line. So Jordan Nichols and McCracken make the tackle on Tysinger.
That's a tough duo to beat, to try to get outside of it. Jordan Nichols and Mccracken on the same side of the field. I think I'd run the other way if I was Trojans.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I'd run that side.
All right, so bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Trojans.
Long time in the huddle.
All right, Atwood will go empty backfield now. This is kind of the same set where he broke the last time. Atwood back to throw, throwing long, and Richland really good coverage there. So that was Austin Yarnick in coverage.
There were 3 white shirts over there surrounding the ball. Somebody had to be open somewhere if we had 3.
Well, Box, the safety, was back helping out. Great coverage by Austin Yarnick.
It was only a 2-man pattern, so there really weren't. If there had been more guys out of there, it would have been different. Because we did have 3 people on 1 receiver.
Bring up 3rd and 14. Ball at the 44-yard line of Richland. Atwood goes into the gun with Malik Tysinger to his right. Atwood back to throw. Tries on the right side, will fall incomplete. Again, good coverage. Even if he would have made the catch, Coach, it would have been for almost no gain. That was Evan McCracken covering the intended receiver, number 5, Tavion Thomas.
Evan moving to the left side of the field. He might be playing to certain strengths that they have, depending on what they're in, what side of the field he goes to, or depending on field position, might determine where he goes as well.
All right, 4th down and 14. Looks like the Trojans are going to punt this one away. Ethan Nowak on the punt. Deep for the Rams is number 5, Sam Penna. Your score here, 23-7, Richland leading the Trojans. And the punt is fumbled, and he will go down.
Not
so
a bad
Nowak,
snap.
yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I think Nowak just almost lost the ball. Declan Piscatella, Jordan Nichols all around the football, Zach Hancock. So big special teams miscue by the Trojans. Good pursuit by the Rams. Rams will take over on the good side of the field at the Trojan 43-yard line. 1st down and 10.
There's been a couple of long snap miscues tonight, which once again just points out the importance of your long snapper, how important of a job that is.
All right, Penna into the gun. Penna will roll out to his left. Penna now going to keep it, and he gets tackled from behind, brought down after maybe a gain of about 1.
They really are doing a lot of rolling out to the left, aren't they?
Yeah. Nobody open downfield for the Rams, so Penna kept it himself, brought down from behind. Picks up 1, 2nd down and 9. I'm going to look for Ryan McGowan to be a little more involved in his second half. Penna. Quick throw over the middle, has Ethan Box. Box over the 30, down to the 20. He jumps the football. Football came out. Ethan Box lost it, stripped away, and picked up by the Trojans. So number 11, Gerald Vini Jr. picks it up. They strip Box.
That's one of those deals where you're trying too hard. You're just trying to pick up every yard you can, fighting and struggling and fighting and struggling, and the next thing you know, the ball's gone.
Yeah, it was a great throw, great catch. And Box just lost the ball on the strip, and Vini able to pick it up. So Johnstown will take over at their own 16-yard line off the turnover. Your score here, Richland leading 23-7, 9:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. All right, so Atwood will go into the gun. And Atwood hands off to Tysinger up the middle, and he will go nowhere. About 3 white shirts around him. Brings him down.
A lot of gang tackling tonight.
Yep. Brady Hollis.
I'm not sure how this game is going to turn out, but Johnstown has to be feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Oh, yeah, they're in this ball game, 23-7.
They're in the ball game. They're playing what possibly one of the better, not possibly the best team in the World Highlands, one of the best teams in the World Highlands, and they're playing toe-to-toe and fighting it out. So they have to be no matter what happens, they have to feel good about themselves tonight.
All right, 2nd down and 11 after the loss of a yard. Atwood back into the gun. And back to throw. Atwood sets his feet. His ball is tipped at the line. Again, deflected and caught. So the Trojans able to pick it up and pick up a 1st down, I believe. That's Sincere Flemings. Picks it up off the tip.
It's 1st down. They're moving him.
And Declan Piscatello comes off, and he's looks like he's shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little groggy.
Yeah, dangling that right arm. So once again, Richland bats the ball. It's the 2nd time in the 2nd half so far. Ball was tipped, but a catch is made. This one for a 1st down. So 1st down and 10, Trojans at their own 26-yard line. Down to 7:58 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Anthony Atwood back into the gun. And Atwood will hand this one off to number 5, Tavion Thomas.
Trying to sweep to the short side of the field. That's pretty tough to do sometime when you have the sideline there to help you.
Yeah, and maybe a very, very short gain.
I guess 2 offensive guys are allowed to tip the ball, right? And make the catch. Maybe the automatic reception. If an offensive guy touched the ball and another offensive guy caught it, it was illegal. I think that rule was changed a long time ago. I'm not sure who tipped that ball though.
Yeah, I couldn't get the number on the tip. 2nd down and 11. Actually, a loss of a yard on the play. So Atwood will roll out now to his right. Atwood makes a juke move and goes out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. We'll pick up a couple. He'll bring up 3rd down. So Evan McCracken will get credit for the tackle.
We often talk about Evan's offensive skills. We mention his name a lot on defense. He's very talented on defense as well. Very, very good outside linebacker.
All right, so 3rd down and 8 coming from the Trojan 28-yard line. 7:06 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Richland leading 23-7. Empty backfield now. Anthony Atwood will drop back to throw, getting heavy pressure up the middle, able to elude it. Keeps rolling out. Chased by Joe Penna and taken down short of the 1st down to about the 30-yard line. So 4th down and about 4 upcoming.
Was that a planned run, do you think? Or
No, I think he was was feeling a lot of pressure up the middle and had to roll out. Good job by Joe Penna.
Sealing off the middle was important because that's how they scored their touchdown. He ran right up the gut. There was nobody there. He quarterback drawed it. Wide open.
All right, so Nowak back to punt. A low snap again. This one is being picked right off the foot, and into the end zone goes the Rams. Now they're going to say he's down. They're going to point. He never went down to the ground. That's Evan McCracken, I believe. Don't know why this ball is called dead. It was a low snap. The punter never went down to the knee, and we were able to pick that up and just go right into the end zone. We're going to head down to Jim Penna here.
I think the punter's knee was down.
I think they're saying. I think the punter's knee was down. I didn't see that from here, Coach.
What's Jim seeing?
I don't know. I'm trying to get him right now. Can't hear him. Yeah, I can't hear Jim. He's talking. I can't hear him. So don't have Jim yet. I'll keep him on the line whenever his mic starts to work. He can pop in. So I'm imagining they're going to say the knee was down on the punter.
I'm pretty sure that's what they called.
And they blew the call dead there. Evan McCracken picked it right off his foot and went into the end zone. But the ball is blown dead anyway. Richland has the ball. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 18-yard line.
Never saw that. Never saw that. Did you ever see that before, Ed?
I have never seen that before. Look from here. The punter did not even come close to putting his knee down on the ground.
I'm talking about taking the ball.
And taking the ball off the foot. No, no.
You know the old saying, for me to say I've never seen it, that's really something. Of all people, I've thought I've seen everything.
All right, so they're saying the Richland, so they didn't call it down by on the knee. They just said he couldn't advance it, but he could. So it is a touchdown. Evan McCracken picks it right off the foot of Ethan Nowak and goes in for the score. So Richland, this is the second week in a row, Coach. Last week, Sam Penna has a big punt return for a touchdown, and this time on a block punt, basically, it is Evan McCracken who goes into the end zone.
You know who's smiling about all that is Coach Ronnie Hobbs.
Absolutely.
When your special teams do special things, it makes the special team coach very, very happy. Because a lot of times the special team coach takes a lot of abuse. And there are times, though, when it just, you know what they say about, I like that the kicker had to say on 60 Minutes a couple weeks ago, they did a special on extra point kickers. He said, everybody wants to be me at practice. But nobody wants to be me when there's 3 seconds to go and they have to kick a 50-yard field goal.
How true. All right, Noah Ritko on to attempt the extra point for the Rams. So the referees huddled and got it right. We were all trying to figure out what was going on, including the Friday Night Rivals guys.
Well, you know, you got to give the officials a lot of credit. They got together. They didn't
talked it out.
They didn't rush it. They talked it out. And they made the right call.
All right, so Ritko will put this one up, and this one is going to be good. So no, Ritko makes the score now 30-7 Richland over the Trojans with 6:46 remaining in the third quarter. Let's see if we get Jim back now. All right, Jim, I don't know if I have you on yet. No, I still don't have you. I can hear you on my phone itself, but I don't have you on the no, I still don't have you. Yeah, I don't have Jim. We'll try again a little bit later. Just can't. Can only hear him through my phone, but I can't hear him through our headset. So, but maybe Jim could have given us some insight on what happened on that play. Apparently, the referees thought they couldn't advance the ball. They talked it out and determined that he could advance the ball. So Evan McCracken takes it off the foot of the punter, walks right into the end zone.
Well, the officials are doing a good job, and they're being evaluated just as well as the as the players are being evaluated by their coaches. These officials are evaluated, and they're trying to make the playoffs.
For sure, that's a big thing for them. Absolutely.
When they get to the minor playoff, like a lesser playoff game, then a more important playoff game, then a District 6 championship, then an inter-district game, then finally your buddies did a state final, right?
Yes, they actually did Southern Columbia. And Avonmore, I believe, a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of that, I want to say hi to Jack Daly and Janice Daly, who are loyal listeners from their home in Windber. So I'm sure they're listening now. So hello, Jack. Hello, Janice.
They're related to is that the official?
That is his mom and dad, yeah.
That's what I figured. They're the ones that did the championship game, John.
Yes.
The crew I worked on way back when, we did a championship game in Hershey. That's when they were playing in Hershey, and guess who we had? Southern Columbia, and they killed somebody. I can't remember who it was. It was like 60-0.
That's not a shock there.
Where are their batteries?
All right, so it will be Noah Ritko on to kick it away for the Rams. And fielded at about the 30-yard line. Taken up by the up man, who does a nice job and takes it close to midfield again. So I believe that was number 50, Tajon Irving.
Just as happy as the special teams coach was 5 minutes ago, now he's he's complaining to the guys what's going on out there.
They had a nice return on the last time too, but having a hard time on the punts. So they'll give him the 45-yard line is where he'll go down at.
They had Ritko kicking off that time, and he was trying to put the ball on about the 20-yard line toward the sideline. They've been doing that all night. I'm not sure Ritko can kick it into the end zone.
Declan Piscatella has the bigger leg. Yep.
He's the one that does it. If you can do that with consistency, that's certainly a bonus.
All right, Atwood back to throw, getting heavy pressure again, and this time he's going to go down. 2 Ram players bring him down. That's number 55, Brady Hollis. And number 53, Declan Piscatella on the sack. So no room for Atwood to run that time. They put him down for the sack, and that's a good 6-yard loss. Back to the 39-yard line. I want to say hi to Judy and Frank Petruzik.
They're listening as well.
Who are listening as well. So Hi, Judy. Hi, Frank. Glad to have you aboard.
How about Hef? Is he listening tonight?
I'm sure Bob Heppelfinger is listening. All right, 2nd down and 16 for the Trojans at their own 39-yard line. Atwood back to throw. Atwood going to swing this out. He's looking for Teisinger. And pass will go incomplete. In coverage for the Rams was number 50, Lane Lucas. Going to bring that 3rd down and long now. 3rd down, 16. 5:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Richland up 30-7 over the Trojans.
Nice Richland crowd here tonight. We haven't mentioned that yet, but there's a pretty good turnout, a pretty good following for the Rams.
And that is never a shock. No. Richland travels very, very well.
It's a nice little crowd over there for Johnstown, too. Not bad. It picked up
since the beginning of the game, yeah. All right, 3rd down and 16. Atwood back to throw. Atwood getting heavy pressure again. Atwood has to throw. I think this is going to come back on a hold anyway. It is Teisinger who's taken out of bounds by number 6, McCracken, as he got over the 50-yard line. It will be short of the 1st down anyway, but it's going to be a hold in the backfield. There was 3 Ram players again coming right at Atwood.
I think you might want to take that penalty.
I was going to say, I think the Rams may want to take this penalty because the Johnstown definitely would have gone for it. It would have brought up maybe like a 4th and 3.
Well, if they're taking the penalty from where the flag is right now, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, it was already 3rd down and 16, and this one going to come way back.
Wow.
So it's going to be 4th down and forever, we'll say, right?
3rd. 3rd down.
Or 3rd down and forever. Sorry, 3rd down and forever.
Have any scoring updates there, Stone?
Stone ran batteries down to down to Jim Penna.
Our main man's gone.
Yeah, PJ out doing his thing out in New Mexico looking for the big game.
Elk hunting.
All right, 3rd down and 32 now for the Trojans. They're going to have 5 wide receivers in this set. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Atwood. Atwood back to throw. Atwood going to throw us over the middle. Ethan Box right there, picks it up. Ethan Box over the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, and goes out of bounds. So Ethan Box, who fumbled on the last possession for the Rams, makes amends and picks off the ball and takes it deep into Trojan territory.
Nice pick, full speed ahead. He was running full speed when he picked that ball and just kept on going.
Took it to the Trojan 23-yard line. Rams take over 1st down and 10.
Ethan Box is a pretty big boy. I didn't realize he was a 200-pounder, 205.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
He had some pretty good moves and some pretty good speed there. We have him in the future yet, don't we?
Okay, it'll be Penna rolling out to his right this time. Penna looking down the field. Penna going to throw. Has a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Richland. I believe that is Ryan McGowan. So McGowan does a great job of adjusting to the football.
Wow, he looked really smooth, didn't he?
Very, very smooth. Great job by Ryan McGowan. Good hold by Sam Penna. Able to keep it and throw it into the end zone. 23-yard strike from Penna to McGowan.
What a pretty pass, pretty catch. Rolling to the right that time, right?
Yeah, rolled out to his right.
To the right.
He's getting some pressure. Sam kept his eyes down the field the entire time. And a great adjustment made by Ryan McGowan. And the ball right on time.
That's the 2nd game in a row Ryan's had a touchdown.
Yeah, last week was from 54, this one from 23. Ritko on to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and Ritko is true. So Noah Ritko puts the Rams up now 37-7 with 5:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So Richland now, Fred, able to turn it on here. There was a lot of momentum from Johnstown heading into the 2nd half. And actually, Johnstown got great field position to start the half, and Richland just did a great job defensively. And now it just has taken away all of the momentum.
Well, it's just it's been a methodical thing. You know, they haven't panicked. They haven't done crazy things. Well, they did run one crazy play, but they've just done it smoothly and efficiently. And they don't panic. That's one thing about the Rams. They're mature, Coach Bailey has built this program to the point now where the kids keep their composure, they keep their maturity, they never get rattled. Although Coach Bailey I've seen him rattled a few times.
Oh yeah, just a few.
Just a few, but he normally is pretty well self-composed. Doesn't let anything bother him. He gets behind. It doesn't matter. We're going to catch up. That first game of the year, who did we play? Who did we open?
Forest Hills.
Yeah, we were behind. He said, Fred, I never thought that we were going to lose that game ever. Sam Penn, 9 out of 12, 125 yards.
Well, it's going to be a little more. We just updated the stats, so again.
9 out of 12, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Good night.
Yeah, he has a scoring strike to McGowan on this drive. Other scoring strike was to Austin Yarnick.
Coming into the game tonight, Penn had 866 yards passing, so he's approaching the 1,000-yard mark.
We're going to have one proud Papa down there on the field, and if we get the microphone working, we'll head to Jim as soon as we can. Austin Yarnick to kick it away. This one a little pooch kick. Again, up by the up man. Over the 35-yard line, brought down short of the 40. There's a flag on the play. This may be a hold on Johnstown.
We can put the flags away now, guys.
That was Gerald Vini Jr. on the return.
What do you think, Coach? We can put the flags away now.
Yeah, I think I would. They're going to call it illegal block in the back on Johnstown. So 10-yard penalty.
Although I forget they are getting evaluated, so they need to make the right calls.
All right, we're going to change the batteries in this system here. There's a button here somewhere.
Trying to get Jim Pennant back online is what we're doing. In case anyone is wondering.
Yeah, so just bear with me.
Anybody's
do a little housekeeping here.
What happened to us?
There's a button here that releases this thing. Ooh. I forget where that button is. So I changed these last week for PJ. I'll get it in a minute.
Wow. Almost had a pick six there.
All right,
the quarterback rolled right the whole way to the sideline, stopped and threw the ball the whole way across the field to the left hash mark, and was almost picked by a Ram.
He found Malik Teisinger.
Yep.
So ball all the way out to about the 36-yard line.
Dangerous pass, though.
Going to bring up second down and short. Atwood. Going to hand this one off the middle. A lot of Rams players there will be short of the first down by about a yard. So on 2nd and 3, they pick up about 2.
Guys are trying to
yeah,
break.
I forget how I did this last week, and I forget how it went. There's it just kind of slides out. So bear with me as I figure this thing out. I didn't do that thing. I did this thing. So if I'm behind a little bit, just bear with me. I'm trying to do some housekeeping here. There's like a tray that slides out, and the batteries are in it.
They're trying to break our equipment here, guys.
All right, 3rd down and 2 is a bad snap. Zach Hancock all over, but now the ball gets kicked. Evan McCracken going to pick it up and go into the end zone. It is another Richland Ram touchdown. Off the high snap. And Atwood went back to get it, kicked it with his foot as Zach Hancock was charging in. And Evan McCracken picks this ball up and goes into the end zone. This one may not be able to be advanced, Coach. We're going to see they're huddling up again.
There was a flag. I thought I saw a flag flying over there. Is it illegal to kick the ball?
Yeah, the ball was kicked.
Well, that's an illegal. I don't think you're allowed to kick the ball. That's what I'm saying. You're not allowed to kick the football unless you're a kicker.
Oh, man, I did this last time.
These guys are not high tech. Sorry, Ed.
I forget how to do it. I mean, PJ showed me how to do it last week, and I forget it. There's a button I had to push, and the thing just slides out. The batteries are right there. You just pop them right in. That is not it. See, the battery's right underneath here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown.
All right. Battery's right underneath here, Stone. Batteries are right here. But they're right underneath here. You can feel them with your hand, but I forget how it comes out. All right, so Ritko on to attempt the extra point. Just bear with me as we go through technical difficulties. We've had them all night long. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and Ritko is going to be true once again. So Richland now just pouring it on 44-7 here at Trojan Stadium. .329 remaining in the third quarter.
Stone just broke our equipment.
Now you got one battery out. Now you got to figure out how to get the other batteries in. But I think this is supposed to slide forward this way. But anyway, at any rate, it's okay.
You know who's impressive is that little boy who stands behind the goalpost and catches those extra points. You noticed him. He's just a youngster. They're deep kicks. They're not just your little pooch kicks. They're deep, and he's doing a heck of a job catching them.
Yeah, Ritko, you weren't there for Ritko's field goal. He made a 32-yarder, and it probably would have been good from about 40, 41 yards.
They need to let him try another couple field goals during the regular season.
All right, so Stone has done a good job. Replaced the batteries. And we'll see if we can get Jim Penna on here shortly.
His wife's not happy with you, Ed. Penna's wife. He's not getting any airtime.
He had a good first half. You kidding me?
She's blaming you.
No, he's had a good first half.
Sabotage. Actually, they're blaming PJ for sabotaging the equipment before he left.
All right, so we'll see if we get Jim Penna back on now. Give him a buzz and see if all worked out okay.
He's having a good time down there regardless, let's face it.
Yeah, I still there he is.
All right, Ed, we're
yeah, we got you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a battery issue night.
Yep. All right. Picked up by the up man again and taken deep into Richland territory. I shouldn't say deep, but about the 40-yard line.
Been some weird things here tonight too. I mean, punt touchdown than was. It was just such a stunning play for the officials. I don't think they knew what happened. That fumble, scoop, and recovery there, Zach Hancock can be kicking himself. He did a great job of crashing through. He had first crack at the ball and knocked the ball like 14 yards forward before that. And Johnstown twice has had balls result in catches for first down.
Yeah, for sure.
It's some weird things bouncing around out there tonight.
Well, Halloween is coming, and strange happenings. First down and 10 from the 42. Atwood going to throw. Atwood overthrows his man, almost picked off by by Penna. So ball falling complete. This has been one odd night. We had a technical problem with the board, and again, thank you to Stone Mangus, Sophia Mihai, and Lanigan McCulty, and Coach Tom Feitel, who fixed the problem.
Jim, are you still there?
No, he's off right now.
He's off?
Yeah. We'll get him back in a second so Beth doesn't yell at me.
They're really upset.
Second down and 10 for the Trojans. Atwood back to throw again. Getting the heat. From the backside, here's going to be Jordan Nichols, who takes him down.
Boy, you don't want to be grabbed by him. I don't know. He's tough. He's getting tougher and tougher each week. You got to be impressed.
So Nichols with another sack. I believe maybe that's his third on the night, just by our counts. So up to 12 on the year now. Started the night with 9. 12 sacks. He equals his total from last year.
He was the leading sack. I think he was the leading guy last year.
Yep. Down to 143 and counting here in the third quarter. Again, Richland leading now 44-7. Richland just taking over this ball game. Third down, 14 for the Trojans. Atwood back to throw again. Atwood Ball was tipped at the line again, and it almost caught again off the tip. This one will fall incomplete. And we'll bring up 4th down and 14. Still a minute 8:16 and counting here in the third quarter.
Crazy game. It's not October yet either, so we still have Halloween to look forward to.
Yeah, I know. You ever dress up for Halloween?
No.
Buddy? No?
I don't think I ever did when we were kids. We used to just go around and steal candy.
Steal candy?
Well, from the little kids.
Oh, Freddie, come on.
From the little kids.
Oh, man.
No, I don't remember ever dressing up. Halloween used to be a much bigger deal than it is now.
I wouldn't figure for a bully.
Did you? No, I wasn't really. I liked to. You used to come to my house when you were a little boy.
Yes, we did. All right, 4th down and 14. Atwood back to throw. Atwood getting pressured. Here comes number 55, Brady Hollis. Ball on the ground. There is a flag on the play.
I haven't seen too many games where there's been bodies flying around like there are tonight. You notice that? There's people in the air everywhere.
Yep. That's going to be a hold on Johnstown. That was 4th down, so the ball will go over on downs. Richland takes over. So 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
We are in a running clock, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are in a running clock.
Whoever invented that idea certainly deserves an award.
Yep. Sam Penna will stay in at quarterback. It will be Easton Robertson will be your running back. So Evan McCracken getting a nice breather. He's had a big second half. A punt return for a touchdown and a bad snap return for a touchdown. And the ball's on the ground again. Easton Robertson had a hard time getting the handoff, but was able to jump on the ball. And we'll go over midfield. So they'll give him the 50. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Your score here from Trojan Stadium, Richland 44, Johnstown 7. We'll go ahead and run down the sponsors real quick.
Okay, one last time tonight.
We'll probably do it again. We'll probably do it one more time. There'll be some timeouts. We'll run it through again.
You can do it next time. I'm getting better at it.
You are. You're doing great.
First Summit Bank, Best Window, Chan Soon Shong Medical Center, Ponchione Financial Group, Advanced Office Systems, Cardolino Eye Care, FWF, an Erie Insurance Provider, Pinnacle Chiropractic Spine and Sports, Nico's Restaurant, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, Dean Jordan Goodyear Tires, Johnstown Construction, Sporting Goods Discounters, Flair of Country Catering, The Fifth Bar and Grill, DB Homes, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Laurel Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamonds Company, Beauty Lawn, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Mahalco's General Contracting Incorporated, State Senator Wayne Langerholk, Memorial Chevrolet, RPM Signs, Advantage Auto Service, Ashbro Landscape Curbing, Roof Rejuve, Vantage Physical Therapy, Asiago's Restaurant, Tap 814 Bar and Grill, Market Basket Grocery Store, and First Team Advertising. And not only do you get to have your name read during the game, but there's also something at the stadium, right, Ed?
Something in the stadium is also, I think it runs across the bottom of the screen as well during the home games, I believe, when we're on the video. It's constantly scrolled on the bottom of the screen, so you really do get a bang for your buck, and still plenty of time left in the season. This is week 6 of the regular season. There's still plenty more football to come with the playoffs, so get a hold of PJ McGowan. He'll give you all the details on how you can get involved.
We want to support our local establishments. How about it, Ed?
Absolutely.
A lot of guys said it earlier in case you weren't listening. A lot of good people there. We know most of them personally, and if you need good care, you know where to go. In Richland, Johnstown, Geistown, the whole area, Wimber, lots of good people there. Friday night football, you can't beat it in Western Pennsylvania.
Absolutely, nothing better than this. And this weather, I mean, it's chilly, but it's been super. We've had to deal with very few issues. First game of the season was a little weird with all that lightning around, and the game got lightninged out, which I've never seen personally.
We did come back the next day, though, didn't we?
We did. We came back that Saturday.
I don't think that's never happened in my memory at Richland.
All right, let's sit down and Jim Penna get his thoughts real quick since we have him back. And I stay in the good graces of his wife, Beth.
How we doing, Ed? Fred?
I'm
What's going
doing
on
great, Jim. Glad to have you back, bud.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's just chilly enough that the battery started dying, right?
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Hey, let's do something out of the ordinary here. Let's talk to one of our cheerleaders, Jordan Kinsey. Jordan, say hi to everybody in Ram Nation.
Hey!
Hey, so what do you know of the game so far?
It's a great game.
You're cheerleaders. That's how you say it. Let's hear it.
It's a great game. It's a great.
A very enthusiastic crowd on the side here as the Rams head back out. I think you're going to start to see some more bodies out here out in the field. So I hope you have your rosters ready, fellas.
All right, so just underway in the fourth quarter here. Richland leading 44-7. Penna rolling out to his right. Penna going to heave this one down. The field looking for Yarnick, and a nice play there made by number 11. We've called his name a lot tonight, and that's Gerald Vini Jr. having a nice game for the Trojans. Pass came out a little wobbly, and a good coverage by Vini knocks the ball away from Yarnick.
He's looking better and better, even when he misses the ball, Yarnick. When he doesn't make the catch, he's still looking good. Becoming quite the guy you're going to have to pay attention to. The other team's going to start paying a lot of attention to Yarnick.
All right, 11:27 on the running clock here in the fourth quarter. Penna going to roll out to his right again. Penna fires one into the arms of Austin Yarnick. Austin Yarnick will go over 100 yards. He had 99 yards before that play, so Yarnick gets the 100.
Seems like every week somebody steps up. Tonight's Yarnick's night. I'm sure his dad's very proud. His dad actually played on one of my teams.
All right, 4th down and 4 coming for the Rams. And again, the freeze play, that's the third one, Coach. And that will be another first down. So 2 have gone for first downs.
Now we have to decide whether it's enough for a first down there.
It was 4th and 4, so that will be a first down on the 5 yards.
Oh, they're going to move them. They're moving the chains.
All right, Zach Hancock will check out of the game now. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line of Johnstown. Down to 10:21 and counting. 44-7 your score. Penna in the gun again. Penna hands off to Easton Robertson. Robertson makes a cut over the middle. Robertson over the 35-yard line. Close to the 30.
Did you know there's a mark on the chain exactly halfway?
Oh, I didn't know that.
There is. There's a mark on the chain exactly halfway. I'm going to try to explain something here.
Well, that's why you get a fan club. Yep.
See if I can do it here. You need to remember that. There's a mark halfway on the chain.
2nd down and 1. Ritko in the quarterback now. Easton Robertson will have enough for the first down as he crosses the 30-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. Came in late, Freddie.
Something in personal foul of some kind.
Yeah, Carson Reckner shaking up a little bit, shaking out the arm, but staying on the field.
Now, if there's a 5-yard penalty, you can figure out if there's a first down real quick. You look at where the down marker is. If it's behind that little mark, it's not a first down. If it's in front of the little mark, it's a first down. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
See, I learn something every day.
I thought the guy was coming over to look at the down marker. That's why I said it might not be. Personal foul.
They're going to call personal foul on number 54. We'll just call him X Mangold. I'm not even going to crack it at that first name.
They call him X.
They call him X, so that's what I'm going to call him X. So
I think he's happy with that name. I would be. That's a great name.
Well, we used to have Xavier Manahan, and he was the X.
I think it's a great name.
Yep.
I might. Yeah.
All right, so big 15-yard personal foul at the end of the play. Takes the ball all the way to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Noah Ritko is on the quarterback. And Robertson, it'll be Noah Ritko who keeps it. He faked the handoff to Robertson and should get to about the 10-yard line. So pick up a 4. Penn Cambria winning 27-20 late in the fourth quarter. So,
wow.
Yeah, Penn Cambria at home.
They might be for real, buddy.
They could be for real. Great. What a great football game there.
That's next week for us.
It looks like Chestnut Ridge 33 and Westmont 29 in the fourth quarter. So Chestnut Ridge comes back. 2nd down and 7. They gave Ritko the 11. And this is Robertson. Swings out wide to the left. We'll get close to it gets close to the goal line. Let's see where they spot this.
You know,
No, they have him at the 5. It's so hard to tell from up here. They have him right around the 5-yard line.
I spent a lot of time talking about Yarnick building his confidence up. A lot of these young guys, you know, these guys are running the ball right now. They're getting more and more confident every week, and they're going to be ready to step right in. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
It's like 3rd down and 1. Ritko fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right, has him in the end zone. It is a touchdown. That is number 80. Is that 88 or 89? If that is 88, that is Dugan Chase. But I think that might be 89.
Who's 89?
Gladen Hale makes the reception. So Gladen Hale in for the touchdown. That was 88 or 89, right?
89 is Gladen Hill, 6'5", 205.
So nice pass by Ritko.
That's obviously his first touchdown of the year. He should be a happy young man.
And Ritko will put this one through. So Richland goes on the board again. 51-7 now your score. It's hard to see those 8s and those 9s.
Yeah.
Very hard to tell. Dugan Chase almost has the same build as Gladen Hale. So one of those scored a touchdown.
And the young man I was bragging about just missed the extra point. He was right in his hands and he dropped it. The young man I was talking about
catching the ball in the end zone.
Right.
See, you put the jinx on him, Coach.
It was right in his hands. Dude, I think the coach fired him. I don't know. You can tell the game's out of control when I start looking at stuff like that.
I know. When you told me you were stealing candy from kids when you were younger, that's a bad image now I have of you.
That was bad because I shouldn't have said that. We actually had a lot of good community. I was going to give Stone the ultimate challenge today to find a Homer Center score. Speaking of my youth.
Can you find a Homer Center score, Stone?
That'd be my challenge because PJ, that's why he was the Emmy winner.
PJ always does that for you. He always finds a Homer Center score. All right, so your score 51-7 here from Trojan Stadium. Richland on a kick it away. We have Homer Center winning 25-21 over the Portage Mustangs in the 4th quarter.
I'm impressed, Stone.
That you can do anything.
Stone, thank you. The Wildcats. Homer Center Wildcats. Beating Portage.
All right, so I think it's Piscatella on the kick it away for the Rams. Left-footed kicker. Has a big leg. And we'll put this one deep. Bounces at about the 15. Rolling on the ground, picked up by the Trojans. And right around the 30-yard line is where the Rams will stop the ball carrier. That was number 19 on the return, Zamir Reed. So about a 15-yard return. First down and 10 Trojans. We're in the running clock, 6:56 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Richland leading 51-7.
Trojans showed some sparks of brilliance tonight, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Had their moments.
They have some good athletes, Coach, and that's the thing. There's some good athletes on this Trojan team.
They were into the game into the second half there.
Yep.
Until it all fell apart. But
a few mistakes, a couple bad snaps, and Richland takes advantage, and then here we are. And a flag thrown pre-snap.
Delay of game. I thought it might be delayed.
No flag. All right, so no flag. I think they were going to call for maybe 12 men on the field, but they had enough players, so they had 11.
Okay, they can stop throwing the flag anytime. I said that already.
Yeah, at 51-7, it's time to put it away. Unless you have something egregious as a personal foul or something like that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And a bad snap again, and the Rams will put down Atwood, Joe Penna. Well, that was Malik Matthews, number 13, as the quarterback. So he was brought down. Joe Penna takes him down.
We have a pretty good roster considering the size of our school. You know, kids like to play for Brandon. They do.
For sure.
They get a lot of playing time. That's for sure. There's so many games that are out of control that they get a lot of kids get to play and they feel truly a part of the team. This was happening the last couple weeks.
All right, 2nd down and 16 upcoming for the Trojans. Matthews, I believe, is the quarterback. And we'll hand this off to the right side. Taken down short of the 30. Trying to catch the number of the ball carrier. I don't know if you can pick up that number from here, Coach.
No, I can't. I don't have the greatest eyes in the world.
But those numbers are hard to see. They're light blue uniforms with black numbers, and sometimes they're just a little difficult to pick up.
As opposed to the white with the red, or the white with the blue numbers. They're easier.
They're so easy to pick up, yeah, except for the 8s and the 9s. All right, so 3rd down and 12 upcoming. Matthews back to throw. Matthews looking. Matthews will just throw this one away. And we have a final. Penn Cambria 27, Bedford 20. So 6-0 goes the Penn Cambria Panthers, and the Bison will drop to 5-1. Bedford will be coming into Richland next week for homecoming.
Yeah, that's right, Bedford.
So Bedford will have a little chip on their shoulder as they come into Hurlinger Field.
You know, over the past 3 or 4 years, there's been some good teams in Laurel Highland, but this year I think there's more good teams than there have been in the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You got you have 5 teams that can beat anybody.
All right, down.
You have Johnstown, or Bishop Guilfoyle, Bedford, Penn Cambria, Central, Chestnut Ridge, Richland.
Yep.
That's 6. I got up to 6.
All right, punt away, and the punt now will take a Richland bounce towards the 50-yard line. So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 with 3:22 remaining on the clock here from Trojan Stadium. This one is not in question anymore. 51-7 your score. Noah Ritko in at quarterback, led a nice drive on the last possession, able to find his receiver, number 89, Gladen Hale, for a touchdown.
I'm trying to remember. I think it would probably be his first touchdown pass of the year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
I can't think of another one.
All right, so Easton Robertson in running back. Ritko back in the gun. And it will be Easton Robertson. He'll go up the middle, and he'll get over the 45-yard line. It's a good 5-yard gain on 1st down.
Easton Robertson, who's a junior, had only 16 yards rushing coming into tonight's game, so he's upping that statistic.
All right, we have a new running back in the game, number 35, Braden Nepper. We'll check in. 2nd down and 5. Nepper will get the carry, and Nepper to the 40-yard line for another Richland 1st down.
That's Nepper's 4th carry of the year. His longest has been 9 yards. That was close to his longest run of the year. I like looking what these little guys are doing.
1st down and 10. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Johnstown. Keeper by Ritko. Ritko gets to about the 35-yard line.
Ritko has not had many rushing yards this year until tonight. He's only had 4 rushing yards coming into the game.
All right, this will be your quarterback, I believe, next year. Sam Penna will graduate. 2nd down and 6 upcoming for the Rams. And fake to Nepper. Thrown out to number 45, who gets to about 25-yard line, breaks the tackle, and is going to go into the end zone.
Wow.
So good job there by number 45, Joe McEnany. That was my son's number, so it's so odd to see a number 45 out there. McEnany takes the catch, was able to shed a couple of defenders and gets into the end zone. So Ritko with 2 scoring strikes on the night.
First 2 of the year. I'm trying to find our receiving statistics, but they're missing. So I'm not sure. I'm sure that's his first touchdown.
It might be absolutely his first touchdown. All right, so Ritko on to kick it away. Sam Pennant is your holder. Down to 1:35 on the clock in the ball game. And Ritko puts this one up, and Ritko is going to be true again. So your score here now, Richland 58, Johnstown 7.
I think they had a substitute extra point catcher in there. I'm afraid my buddy got canned.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't see him.
He might have just got too tired and went home.
Well, here's receiving. Who was the receiver?
That was Joe McEnany, number 45. Might be his first reception on the year.
It is. He was not listed in any stats. So.
Yep. So he gets a catch.
Good for him.
Oh, let's head down to Jim. He's with. I think he's with Sam there. Let's go down to Jim and see what he has to say.
Well,
all right, Jim. So I see you're down there with a couple of players there. You're talking to Evan McCracken and your son Sam.
I was with Sam Penna, otherwise known as my son, and Evan McCracken. Stay back, fellas. I don't want to go on here. And they're chatting how things went. I don't know if they realize that our special teams and defense outscored the Trojans tonight, 16 to 7. So had they not even run an offensive play, they would have tabled 16 points tonight. That's an impressive. And looks like so far we're going to get relative health. It's been a concern for this season where we've had an unusual amount of bugs, guys. I don't know. What are you thinking up there? What are you looking for?
I don't know. What are you looking for?
I tell you, I do have to admire the Trojans. There was a late hit. I will tell you that I don't think that was so much dirty as an enthusiastic player. These guys they knew their odds were long here, so they're playing to the whistle and they're trying to get ball. And part of that is discipline too, knowing when to play as. But nobody's. But for Trojan fans that are out there, the attitude seems to be in the right place. They've got some work to do, and certainly some athletes in place to make it happen. Rams put up a good show, what they had to do here tonight, and
all right. Hey, remember you gotta interview Coach Bailey, so you have a big shoes to fill. So get your questions ready, sir.
Has Fred come down off a call now since they introduced?
No, he's still on a very big high.
He's out there posing for pictures.
Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you something, Jim, though. We just found out something from Fred. I asked him if he ever dressed up for Halloween, okay?
All right.
So he says no. He says all he did was steal candy from other kids. So, I would have never thought that Coach Yanity was a bully in his younger days.
Fred Yanity, candy thief. Now we know. So it only adds to the legend.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if your relatives will want to keep that picture of Fred now.
I think that was a Homer City tradition of the older guys.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I think it was a tradition.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, there, Jim.
See you in a minute.
All right, so Johnstown takes over off the kickoff, has the ball.
We're stopping play here for some reason.
Yep. Still have Jim on the line for some reason. I'm not showing that he's on the line. Maybe his stuff is just actually working now. All right, so the ball at the 45-yard line of Johnstown. We're down to 43 seconds and counting here in the ball game. Richland leading big. I think might be trying to catch the number of the quarterback. As number 15 as your quarterback. Ball handed off. And a big run out to the right side into Richland territory. So Jaden Cabin hands off to number 22. That's Deshaun LeGrier. And that is a Trojan first down.
Looks like they may let the clock run here.
Yeah, we're down to 7 seconds. And that should be the ball game.
Somebody called.
I think we have a player injured. I think it's Easton Robertson along the sideline. who got shaken up. He's on his feet, but got a little shaken up. Certainly hope everything's okay with Easton.
Well, even though it is pretty much of a rout, I think Johnstown did show some sparks tonight.
Oh, they did. There's no question.
And they've definitely improved, and they're going to get better. They play Somerset next week, I believe.
Yeah.
So that'll be a battle of teams that have not won a game all year.
Now, Coach, that's going to go one of two ways. Either that's going to be a 63-57 game, or it's going to be like a 6-0 game.
Well, it's going to be good. It's going to be a game they can win. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, so Easton Robertson being helped off the field, but he is seemingly putting weight on his feet, so it looks okay. Maybe a shoulder-type injury. Hard to tell. But hopefully he's going to be okay.
Doesn't look too peppy to me.
No. His feet look okay. Maybe a shoulder. And unfortunately, I know all too well about those. So 7 seconds remaining. This will be the last play of the ball game. As Caven will go into the gun. And that'll end it. So the Rams will take this one. I think it's 58-7 because the extra point was good, but Richland puts this ball game away. The Trojans did show a lot of spark early, I thought, in the game as well, Coach. It was only 23-7 at halftime, and Johnstown carried a lot of momentum going into the second half.
They were involved in the game.
Yeah.
At that point, I think that's maybe the first time all year. You know what I didn't notice early in the game was when they had the coin toss, how both teams go out in the field and shake hands. The Laurel Highlands deal. Don't they do that anymore?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really pay attention to that much either. We were too busy worrying about our problems up here.
Yeah, I know.
We had a lot of technical difficulties, and thank goodness for our students. Again, thanks to Stone Mangus, Sophia Mihai, and Lanigan McCulty, along with Tom Feitel, who came to the rescue.
Smart people. Smarter than I am. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I say that's, I could certainly not do that job. But not a whole lot of people can do my job either, so we'll leave it to the professionals.
Not many people can do a root canal.
No, that's for sure, and I do my share of them. That's for sure.
Stone, you're gonna make one of these for next week too. Oh boy,
Stone is the man. And it's always nice to be next to the Friday Night Rival guys. Rick Hall, good job, buddy. On the other side, we can hear you guys great. And again, if you're looking for something to do, come down to the Johnstown Tomahawk game tomorrow. It's opening night at First Summit Arena.
What's Rick do down there?
Rick is the play-by-play announcer on the internet. So if you
that's impressive.
Yeah, go to Hockey TV. I get a lot of text on when Hockey TV is down. You cannot imagine how many people text me and say Hockey TV is. I can't do anything about that.
Is it actually? It's on TV then.
So yeah, it's on the internet. You can subscribe and you can watch all the games. And one of my good friends who I golf with, Rick Lee, moved down to Myrtle Beach a few years ago as a season ticket holder and watches every single Johnstown Tomahawk game.
Can you watch the whole league or just?
You can watch the whole league. Yep. So he actually watched the entire Robertson Cup as it went on, and was giving me updates on every score and every team. So and hopefully he's safe. Yep, okay, we're back. Yeah, something just got kicked off, so we're back. But yeah, hope Rick Lee's okay as the hurricane came up through that way, and hope everything's okay down there for him. And I will go ahead and call down to Jim Penna as he's going to interview Coach Bailey soon. I'm just going to keep an open line.
Guys right now, and a good night for the Richland Rams overall. Easton Roberts right now.
Was it a shoulder, Jim?
I'm not sure. I thought when he came out of the side, he told the trainer that he took a hit to the back of the head.
Okay.
We went over and fist bumped. He recognized me and said hi. He's a little shaken here right now. He doesn't appear to be a lot of pain. one of those moments. So we'll wait and see how that goes here right now. For him, I'm not a medic, but he's talking to on the trainer that's on hand here right now, and
good.
nodding his head yes. One of these moments where I think the bullet's been dodged for him, so we'll come back to that in a bit. So he's up wide-eyed, and he's talking to the folks in the sideline, which is good news, of course.
All right, excellent. So, Jim, you're taking this ball game. I mean, Johnstown was in this pretty well, 23-7 in halftime, and carried a lot of momentum into the second half. And then Richland with just really a couple mistakes by the Trojans, and Richland just able to pounce and then just put this ball game away.
You know, when you think about it, Richland scored what? 57. They ended up scoring
34 points on essentially during a rolling clock in the second half. I mean, once they got to that, and as I said, the defense and special teams played a significant role, not only in how it impacted the game, on how it what Johnstown could do offensively. I think there were a couple moments we did some things offensively where we were trying some stuff that didn't end up in touchdowns. If we got out of that what Coach Bailey wanted, we'll find out. I'm going to talk to him in a moment. He's making his way over here now.
Here we go. So
we'll get clarity on that now. So as everybody wants to get back and get going for it. First off, Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I don't. PJ's off either shopping or shooting. I'm not sure. It's one of the two.
Yeah, he's out west, and we wish him the best.
All right, so I think we got others with relative health. Easton Robertson a little shaken up on that play, but it looks like he's talking to the trainers. The report card on the health front pretty good.
Yeah, I think overall we went into it pretty unhealthy, and we continue to at least have good results this evening.
I'm not sure if you're aware. I mean, if you look back, I'm sure you are, but your defense and special teams outscored the Trojans 16-7 tonight.
Yeah, they played great. I mean, we had some really unique, blocked punts for touchdowns, and a lot of good stuff with special teams and defense. So.
That block punt was so unique, the referee didn't even realize it was a touchdown. They had to talk it over.
That is correct, but it was a touchdown.
Evan McCracken did confess that he didn't actually catch it. The ball penetrated his stomach, and he had to run forward to get it out.
yeah. I mean, it was a great play by Evan. He scored, and we're happy to have him on our team.
There were a couple of times in the first half where even for us, it looked like we went up-tempo, but with a focus on running the ball. Was that by design for tonight, or just how it worked out?
No, I mean, we've had some different injuries, so we have a lot of different guys out there in different packages. So, we're trying to do the things that, as always, take advantage of the things that the defense gives us, and give them credit, give Coach Reed and their defense credit for playing hard in that first half and giving us a little bit of a battle.
You knew this game and the previous one. Not that you take anybody in the Lower Highlands Conference for granted, but you knew these would be less of a test than what you got the next couple of weeks. What did you take out of these last 2 weeks that's going to help us moving forward?
Yeah, I think one thing is playing a lot of different kids, getting a lot of kids experience. So if we do need them in these next couple of weeks, they'll be ready to play.
All right, and I'll let you enjoy this one for now, but I have no idea how the other stuff finished up, but I know you'll be checking to see how the Penn-Cambria-Bedford game turned out, and of course we've got Bedford next week, Penn-Cambria after that, Chestnut Ridge after that. It's sort of the big stretch of this season for this Rams team. Are they ready?
Yeah, we're excited. We got the next 2 weeks at home at Hurlinger Field, and we got to take care of our own business on our field.
All right, I'm not going to throw any odd curveball. Go enjoy your win, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if Coach Bailey's wrapping it up, I think we're done here tonight, fellas. It's been the Rams showed up and did what they were supposed to do tonight.
All right, thanks. Hey, Penn-Cambria did beat Bedford 27-20. So that was the final from that game. So Bedford's going to come in with a little chip on their shoulder to Hurlinger Field, trying to avenge their loss tonight. It is Richland's homecoming, going to be a well of a ball game at Hurlinger Field next week.
Oh, yeah. There we go. The stage is set.
Yes, it is.
Good job tonight, Jim.
Next week.
All right, good job, Jim.
Jim,
Thanks,
good job
buddy.
tonight, buddy.
Bye. Bye.
Always great to have Jim Penna along with us, and like I said, we hope PJ is going to bring us back a nice steak.
I know it.
Yeah, so he showed us a nice elk that he had in front of his stand. But anyway, ball game tonight. Yeah, Richland just took care of business. Took them a little while to do it, but they got going. Special teams played a huge part. Couple mistakes by the Trojans. Evan McCracken, a huge game. Austin Yarnick, a huge game. Another touchdown pass by Ryan McGowan, and it's going to be a tough game next week.
We figure out ways to win. Even though we were kind of beat up coming into the game tonight, we find ways to win. We try different things. We go different directions, but we always find a way to win. So it's going to be exciting next week. I can't wait. And I actually think these last two games are going to help the Rams because just like Coach Bailey said, play a lot of kids, give them a lot of experience, a lot of confidence, and we're ready to go. So I Can't wait for next Friday, buddy.
Absolutely. Richland's faced a lot of adversity through the first 4 games of the season. And now they've had a couple of weeks to sort of work some bugs out. Yes, and we're going to go in and Richland knows they can come back from being down. They've been down a couple of times this season, which really for the most part hasn't not happened in the past few years. So Richland's got that going for them. It's a good thing. We expect a great ball game next week at Richland.
We always expect to win. That's one thing about these kids. When they go on the field, they expect to win.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up here from Trojan Stadium. For Jim Penna and for the coach, Fred Yannity, I'm Ed DiMartino, saying good night, everyone. Have a great week, and we'll see you all again next Friday night as Richland Rams take on the Bedford Bison at Hurlinger Field.